We had decided that we are not going to continue with him for next season. We're going to try something new. Esports teams need to learn to make money. Right now, esports teams
It's just
spend
about
money. Okay, this is a story about Rossi, the bartender, Suki, and the bar, but Rossi wasn't there.
And the Globalies for Jersey.
But Rossi wasn't there for this.
Rossi wasn't there for this, yeah. So, ये story वहाँ से चालू है एक dinner से. Imagine Esports first 70mm movie.
Yes. Sounds like a great opening for episode 3 of our podcast, Audience Se Pucho. We still haven't figured out a name, so tab tak ke liye Audience Se Pucho.
Yeah, this is the working title for now, and today's episode is very hot and exciting.
Only the title is working, we not so much.
Yeah, I mean, we missed one episode in Seoul, but welcome back.
कर ले फिर से सोल की बात कर
Number one
ये थर्ड टाइम इसने
gaming,
टॉन्ट किया that I missed the acid you are giving
podcast in the world. Welcome
Yeah.
back. Seoul Gaming Festival to highlight Thai.
I really wanted to go.
I was talking about the episode 3 which was going to be in Seoul after our turn of events जो हुए.
Oh, every time we planned, so last 3 days we were in Korea. Every day, ईशान भी उधर है, वो पीछे से हंसेगा भी. Every day we plan the podcast, ये like यार shoot करते हैं. सबका mood इतना down, ये like हाँ bro कल करते हैं bro, हाँ bro कल करते हैं. कल पक्का bro. प्लान करके सब सेटअप करके एक दिन तो ईशान बोला मैं जाके सेटअप करता हूँ हाँ करते हैं and here we are episode 3
Bro, we woke up that next morning, after the loss and mind मतलब सब लोग का ऐसे blank ही था. फिर किधर कोने फिर कोने कोपचे of the mind and memories से एक वो गाना आया. अरे जीते तो जीते हारे तो हारे हर दिल को अपना बनाना है. तो गया ऑफिस में तो बोला भाई लोग थोड़ा प्ले करते थोड़ा हल्का
full 90s zone
bro. फिर then we went down too much in that zone. फिर वही गाने चल रहे थे. फिर इसने बोला चल वो जो अपना एक रील बना है उसको एक वापस fresh perspective देते हैं.
So while he was playing the song, we were listening to it, we were singing along. I was just going through our entire year and all the footage, right from lock-in to our regular season to not making playoffs and LCQ, everything that happened, the workshop along the way. The entire year was almost like a flashback while that song was playing. And I was like, ये edit तो बंद.
वो timing पे चला कुछ ऐसे edit ऐसे देख रहा था.
It just it fit.
And then it's like, dude.
Bro, क्या गाने भी थे bro वो movie में.
Jankar beats. वो movie के बहुत सारे stories है, but maybe we'll share in the next episode.
It makes me feel very old.
A lot of months packed into seconds.
Yeah. That's what season 0 was for us.
Yeah.
I guess you can say that.
Means when I was like, ये 59 second का edit होना पड़ेगा to be a short or a reel. Even Karthi was like, bro, एक साल 1 minute में कैसे condense करूँ?
Right.
How was it by the way? हम लोग ने actually आने के बाद वो हार या कुछ ऐसे discuss किया नहीं, like we never,
We तो had to hold back our tears only because we were at the watch party only. Because हमें रोने हुए देखते हुए, if the fans saw us like that, they would also start crying.
So you're saying it was okay to cry in the arena?
I'm not saying it's okay to cry in the arena. I'm telling you how it was for me.
I'll be honest. First map जब 10 हुआ उनका double digit score, मैं तब तक arena में चिल्ला रहा था. उसके बाद चुपचाप पीछे वाले रूम में चलेगा. And from there till the end, I was only in the back room. I didn't.
Gary and Salvo.
Gary and we came behind. Golu and Suki were in the arena and Ishan were cheering, were covering and everything. मैं चुपचाप आके पीछे coach's room में बैठ गया. And then I was just watching from here. I'm glad I got to experience that. Otherwise, if I was out in the arena, I would have never got a chance to experience what it's like in the back room. Like being able to see all the players' POV and understanding what it's like for a coach or an analyst.
And the coach also, you see
इसने खुद बोला, he hasn't been inside that room or seen any of the
I
matches.
saw the first time from Suki's vlog. I've never been in that room.
You haven't seen. But like you can also see the coach, so you can see everything happen real time. तो ये पीछे चला गया. हम लोग स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा चिल्लाने का ट्राई किया, थोड़ा बहुत क्राउड वार्म अप हो रही थी. Then 1-2 राउंड ऐसे निकले, तो then suddenly 2 जन 10 जन, फिर ऐसे लग रहा था एक टाइम पे पूरी अरीना चिल्ला रही है जी फाइटिंग. बट ठीक है, like जब हम लोग ने बोला ठीक है चिल्लाए चलेगा, if they make whatever fun of us while screaming also, तो चल रहा था RRQ. we didn't let the spirit go. End round तक चलाया G fighting.
हम लोग ने बहुत प्यार से जब लोग बोले कि RR क्यों, हम लोग ने बोला इतना RR क्यों.
So yeah, it was great to see the energy in the arena के हर एक जन ने support किया. Korean fans ने उसके बाद भी आके नीचे मिले थे. हर एक जन ने आके बोला bro like. के लिए लाइन लगी थी. That was. कम से कम 100 लोग थे. It felt like half the arena was there for texture. Literally line लगी थी. He stood with them that entire time. I was there with the एक गिफ्ट मिल रहा था, मैं आके लेके रहा था, साइड में रखा था. लोग गिफ्ट्स ला रहे हैं उसके लिए. हाथ पे साइन किया. They were signing on the hand, अपने टिकट्स पे साइन. Not just guys, even girls. iPad sign करवा रहे हैं लोग, पता नहीं क्या. Everything that they had with them, phone cases. Yeah, iPad bro. I don't know, so iPad not even without a cover. Digital signature. हाँ, it's like bro, और वो भी टेक्सचर भी साइन ऐसा करता है पूरा, तो भर रहा है पूरा अच्छे से. और एक और चीज, लोग पकड़ के उसे बोल रहे थे जी फाइटिंग एक्टर कर रहा है. लाइक ठीक है चलो अच्छा है, that was good.
How long did that signing session go on?
1.5 घंटा. या हम लोग
खड़े थे 1.5 hour after the बाकी सब लोग प्लेयर्स लाइक ठीक है टैक्सी लेके अभी जाए, घर जाए, खाना खाए, लेट्स लाइक जस्ट रिकवर. बट टेक्सचर के लिए लाइन लगी हुई. Bro, I thought खत्म हो जाएगा, but ठीक है, I saw a lot of guy fans, lot of girls fans, lot of girls who had their boyfriend with them stood there, but still took a picture. बंदी भी थी वहाँ साथ. हाँ, वो भी थी, ऐसा नहीं है. She was also very encouraging and she was helping. She was like, oh, come take pictures. I'll take pictures. Cool to see that support, And also this was on 19th. Texture का birthday 20th को है, so that midnight they all wanted to go out and celebrate. He was hoping it would have been with a win, but.
So when they came back when they finished their match and they came back, who did you guys first talk to? Which of the players did you first see and which one did you speak to?
I mean, honestly, साथ में नीचे ही गए. Like we couldn't speak anything. The team was together. एक जन ने अपना लिया. The guy Ryan अपना who shoots the BTS.
The thing is, इतना लंबा technical pause हो गया.
That really.
So in that process, the next match already got delayed.
True.
They wanted us to go fast because Genji already room के बाहर खड़ी थी to come and set up, warm up, do their entire set. So we didn't really have time to process. As soon as they came off stage, everyone was like, ठीक है, pack up करो, जल्दी नीचे जाओ. That's when जब नीचे गए, that's when even if you saw the trick, that's when it hit Rossi as well, because till then we didn't have time. Stage
it was too fast.
Pack up करो, नीचे जाओ. निकल लिए. Like it was all just so much happening. Then when we came down, taxis के लिए रुके थे, तभी it sunk.
And bro, more than anything, when everything was so down, right? पीछे से ऐसे एक fan आके पूछ रहा है, hey Monit, can you sign my, this whatever, my mouse pad? Hey, Aaron, can you take a photo with me? And पीछे से ऐसे बोल रहे कि I know this was not the best season for you guys, but we really love G. We are here for you guys. We'll be there here only in the next year in this arena and G fighting. You guys are number one.
इतने लोगों ने G fighting बोला है ना bro.
It's not like एक arena
like goosebumps आ रहे थे कभी सोच के.
Even हमारे facility और apartment थे ना, so there was local stores, right? We used to go.
Bro.
We used to say, oh, G, right? I was like.
Okay, this story I told you guys, but I didn't share it on the Rossi story.
Oh, so before the Rossi story, that's a lot more detail. हम लोग का जो convenience store था, where the boot camp is right next to that, हम लोग वहाँ गए and he saw, and we weren't in this jersey, ये league jersey, we were in our regular jersey. He said, Global Esports, Valorant. He said, yeah, a big fan, texture, G fighting. I was like, wow,
we were like, okay.
We're not even in the VCT jersey. And this is literally हमारे boot camp के नीचे वाला convenience.
हम लोग उधर वही अपना बाजू वाला GS25 वही वाला उधर जा रहे पानी खरीदने ये वो suddenly recognized कि after many days it was not like the instant.
Yeah.
And anyway Rossi की story अगर सुनिए तो लग रहा है end में बताऊंगा. So तो वो तो क्या latter gang whatever we have something end gang ना जो end तक सुने देखेंगे
जो वेले है जिनके स्कूल कॉलेज काम कुछ नहीं है 1 घंटा आराम से फुर्सत में बैठे हो ये पॉडकास्ट देखने के लिए उन लोगों के लिए एंड में बताएंगे रॉसी वाली कहानी.
स्पेशल है.
Don't try skipping to the end. I'm just saying.
Anyway, so that was a little bit, on the LCQ.
How was it at the watch party? Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. The energy was.
हाँ, ऑरेंज अलर्ट में, बारिश में, मुंबई डूब रहा है, यहाँ वॉच पार्टी चल रही है.
It didn't matter. People were there, bro. People wanted to see the team. Fans आए थे. Bro, I know people who came from other cities. पुणे से 3 लोग आए, bro.
Wow.
So what are you gonna say? And they all came to support the team, bro. And खत्म हुआ उसके बाद बैठे ही थे, bro. जा ही नहीं रहे थे.
I wish they would have got to see a victory.
फिर जेडी एक प्यारा सा स्पीच दिया, फिर जाके सब
स्पीच तो तेरा भी था, हमने देखा,
हमने पूरा देखा लाइव।
हम वहाँ बैठे थे।
I wish everyone could have gone home
both
with the
have
victories.
eyes at the back of your head, so that's on you. But वो fans के लिए था. Anyway, उधर भी excitement बहुत था, और वो cheering, वो hooting, वो that never went away throughout the season. That was there for LCQ also. The fans were super hyped, and they just wanted us to win, man. And it just felt very painful and very disappointing when we lost there. But we had to put a brave face, because as I said, अगर मैं तो उधर कोने में छिप के रो लिया, but जब वापस आया तो फिर I had to put on a brave face, because the fans have to, no matter what, have to get a win out of that. Being able to celebrate with us, whatever it was, win or loss, because it's going to be wins or losses, bro. That's what our last 5 years have been like, 6 years have been like. And it's going to be like that.
जीते हारे तो हारे, हर दिल को अपना बनाना. That's why.
On that note, if you guys share your story, how was your experience, whether watching it at home or at the watch
काफी लोग
party?
तो बोल रहे थे they were there at the watch.
No, so one lucky comment will get one of those goodies that we got back. You said we have to use it for a good
yeah.
time.
VCT
so
Pacific
for a good time.
Yeah.
So this podcast
we have goodies from VCT Pacific, वो वहाँ chair पे रखा हुआ है.
छुपा के.
हाँ, छुपा के. So we'll give one of you also one lucky comment on this podcast. We'll get a chance to win that goodie.
दिल से स्टोरी लिखना चलेगा, दर्द भरी होगी, it's okay. Hate भी अगर निकल रहा है तो निकलने दो, बहने दो, it's fine. So season 0 for us. We'll take it in a positive note.
हाँ, दिखा दो.
ठीक है, दिखा दो. ये एक ही है खाली, ऐसे बहुत सारी और चीजें हैं.
नहीं बट ये मेन है.
ये मेन
एक
है.
लकी कमेंट को ये मिलने वाला है. This is a VCT Pacific का बैग. This has हर एक टीम का. I love that they have all these goodies with our team players names.
सबके नाम.
बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है जी किया कंपेयर टू दिया था. Like actually
टी-शर्ट तो मेरे को गिफ्ट की.
हाँ, उसपे भी है.
क्लोज अप दे रहा है क्या इसका?
हाँ, क्लोज अप दे.
राहुल है तो टी-शर्ट.
हाँ, उसमें मेरे को एक टी-शर्ट.
So one lucky comment we will be giving this VCT Pacific merch to.
Based on your story and experience.
One lucky comment.
ठीक है.
हाँ, because I don't want to be judgy कि तेरी story better उसकी story.
ठीक है, but दिल से लिखना कमेंट.
हाँ,
जो
दिल
भी
से
है.
लिखना.
दिल से लिखना, स्टोरी doesn't
जज नहीं
matter.
करेंगे.
एक बंदा करेगा जज, जो अभी कैमरा के पीछे है. I won't take the name. Not Ishan.
चैट पर
Comments. So okay, the good thing about today
Okay.
is that it's the end of the month. July is done.
Oh yeah, today is a
First.
beautiful
We are done.
start of the month.
July
Wow.
हो चुका है. What's next?
Hey, can I say a fun fact by the way? Sometimes you like for
July
us.
is always the most epic month of the year.
No, August somehow is like the most.
August and September, I would say.
Somehow it's the busiest time in G. I don't know why. I don't know what's the reasoning. But if you take a page from any of our years,
Yeah.
since the inception of G, 2017 से ले लो.
Yeah.
August में धमाके हुए.
Yeah. August has always been crazy.
So we have one more dhamaka coming up. One more champions plug.
Yes.
So July is done.
Yeah.
We didn't make it through LCQ, but we made it through BGIS round 1 and BGMS. So now, in August, we have 2 big events which are going to clash and we're going to have to figure it out. VCT Champions in LA and BGMS in Delhi. This week sometime we'll probably have to go to Delhi for BGMS and we'll be there for the opening. उसके बाद more than likely we'll be heading to LA for champs. कल रात को ही लियो का email आया है.
Yeah.
And we have got all the details and all the tickets. We'll also be giving an opportunity for a few of y'all to meet us in LA.
Lucky ones.
If y'all are around. You'd love
If
to
you have
go
a
meet up.
passport, the right visa and everything, and
हाँ,
you need
means
to
sponsor
get
वॉन्सर
there.
नहीं कर रहे टिकट.
खाली
वो-
टिकट एक मिलेगा.
वो फाइट टाइम पे
Entry ticket.
सोल को ऑलरेडी मिल चुका है.
Yeah.
ना उनका ट्रिप बाकी है. BGMS के बाद उनको.
But
उसको
speaking
ले
of
चलते हैं.
BGMI, I
ले
think
चलते हैं.
BGMI एक अच्छा टॉपिक है. स्टार स्पोर्ट्स पे लास्ट ईयर काफी
Right.
अगेन धमाके हुए थे.
हाँ.
This
इस
time
time
also.
ये धमाके हो रहे हैं. The promotion videos and everything is looking really good. The rivalries are building up. क्या लगता है क्या होने वाला है इस टाइम?
उसकी टैगलाइन बेस्ट है ब्रो. Fingers on triggers,
Esports got bigger.
rivalries got bigger.
Rivalries got
This
bigger.
year it's rivalries got
Last year
bigger.
it was
But
esports got
it's-
bigger.
It's good that, rivalries are there.
I love it, bro.
I mean, sports is the history of rivalries. Zyada people watch because of that.
100%.
People
And it's
unite because of that.
Absolutely love it.
And it's entertaining also, right?
Val Classico भी था.
Look, हम लोग बचपन में स्मैकडाउन, रॉ, WWE
Rivalry.
देखते थे।
Exactly.
वो अंडरटेकर वर्सेस केन स्टोरी लाइन ये
वो कौन सा था? बिच्छू गैंग वर्सेस ईगल गैंग.
जोश
थोड़ी ज्यादा पुरानी मूवी हो गई, but
Right, right.
हाँ और दिखा दे उम्र हमारी तो वैसे भी WWE बोल के anyway ट्रम्प कार्ड्स खेलते थे point is rivalry sell it's entertainment
Correct.
people need to start treating it as that
yeah.
they need to stop taking it personally they need to stop turning it into something toxic
Correct.
they need to use it as entertainment
Yeah.
And it should be healthy. It should be clean. Done right. People love it.
मैं तो मैं भी कभी जो उस बात की बोले ब्रो दिल से ड्रॉप क्लैश जिसको करना है करो
Right.
do what you have to do we have to win but at the same time you have to ensure that there are good rivalries built that there is a good storyline to follow that there is enough content that can be captured and do it in the right way means don't do it to ruin someone else's game do it in healthy competition
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we try to do with our BGMI का content, announcement videos. हम लोगों ने पहले एक ऐसे teaser छोटा डाला कि कोई आ रहा है, फिर दिखाया कि अरे it's Mavi. Then we built up Mayavi का character. Then the entire team announcement came, which if you haven't checked out, you should go check it out. And अभी उधर next video भी build up हो रहा है, but I hear the players are busy, तो shoot का थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा.
हाँ उनके है ना कल से
हाँ नहीं
आज BMS के।
हमारी
आज से है?
content
शाम
universe
से।
बन रही है.
आज
तो देखो
first
tube के उधर
What is first?
आज फर्स्ट
होएगा shoot, don't worry.
आज फर्स्ट
The next topic is BGMI. We are really looking forward to
BGIS
So based on what you just said about the drop clashes and your conversation with Miami,
हाँ
bro, if खबर सही है, let's throw esports, put it out on
हाँ।
Insta. कि first circle में
2x points
2x points.
Yeah.
why do you
So-
think we made this plan
Yeah.
So एक सेकंड
Point
क्या
से-
hot drops होने वाले हैं इस
I think अभी
season
तो
के?
it's
देखो,
going to be based on
मायावी ने ऑलरेडी हमारे ड्रॉप्स लिख दिए BGMS के लिए He's
As
put it up
always.
on social.
As
He's
always.
put it up. Last time में हमने किया था यासना
हमारा है yes.
I'm
वो
still
reel
saying
वो reel अब तक चल रही
still saying
है.
800k views on that reel was pretty fun.
Yeah.
ऐसे ही हमें और rivalries create करने हैं
Hmm.
and करेंगे LAN पे because ये टाइम का format is epic. It promotes exactly that.
Yeah.
मजा आएगा bro.
First circle में double points for finish.
सब
So
करेंगे
if
bro.
essentially in the first circle दो squads को उड़ा दिया that's 16 points that's worth a chicken dinner bro.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, if you remember what was the strategy of our Fortnite kids back in the days?
घुस
Hot
के
drop
मारो।
करो,
मारो।
घुस के जीतो।
2 या 3 round
हमने-
hot drop करके मारो and then
One of the fight nights we had done something similar.
Yeah. We had done something. We had done for all the games, bro. BGMI, Free Fire also we had done the same.
yeah.
We had even done ना कि pan kills का
Yeah.
double value है.
Time kills का भी value
During that
So
time.
you know where the innovation and the ideas are coming
नहीं
from.
अच्छा I'm glad.
It's nice, no?
It's good.
Everyone is trying to.
Bro, I
create
love it.
stories.
It's so good.
We all have to level up together. We all
Trying
have
to
to
push
contribute.
rivalries.
That's what makes the best community.
मजा आएगा.
मजा.
अभी जब hot drops होंगे, जब rivalries बढ़ेंगी, जब content बनेगा,
Stories आएंगी उससे. The main thing is the story.
That's
More
the
people will come for that.
तभी तो असली भसड़ होगी.
And लोग उसके लिए तो बात करेंगे. Like तेरे को पता है वो गेम में क्या हुआ? Like रुक मैं तेरे को बताता हूँ.
Yeah.
It's the stories.
And see, at the end of the day, they are all at LAN. All these kids have to face each other every day for 4 weeks.
That's gonna be a
गेम में हॉट ड्रॉप
that's-
कर ले, रात को होटल में मिलियो,
parking
पीछे
में
breakfast पे मिलियो.
ब्रेकफास्ट पे मिलना है,
parking में
सेम
मिलो.
लोगों के साथ रहना
Break के
है.
खाना खाना है.
So it's going to be a lot more entertaining. Like that is, I'm excited about the fact that they're going to be spending 4 weeks together. And remember, last time काफी restrictions थे because COVID के time पे था. So
Yeah,
they had to
true.
be in a bio bubble. They couldn't go out. They couldn't do anything. We couldn't shoot vlogs. Have other people there.
Yeah.
Could content नहीं shoot कर सकते थे. But अब एक महीना
Power packed.
24 of the best BGMI teams in the country will be in Delhi. that city is going to go crazy. It's already crazy.
100%.
But 24 of the best
Yeah,
BGMI
yeah.
teams are going to be in Delhi for
In the
a
same
month.
location.
August. In the same location. That's going to be
So I'm excited to see walkouts में कुछ अलग होने वाला है, you know, because इतना time spend कर रहे हैं, कोई ना कोई कुछ आके stage पे कुछ बोल देगा.
We should tell them कि करो walkouts तो करना
थोड़ा
ही चाहिए.
entertainment होना मांगता है भाई.
अपने टीम के साथ let's plan like properly. Let's
Yeah.
करते हैं.
करेंगे 100%.
Yeah.
And I also think I always go back to the reference of WWE. You see, apart from that ring fight, there is so much offside.
Bro.
Yeah. अरे each of them have the
कहानी
entry,
bro.
bro.
Entry with the
Entry
song,
music.
that's the main thing,
And
bro.
apart from that
Custom
space,
music.
Yeah, you build up
backstage,
the story.
there are stories.
कुछ ना कुछ
Yeah.
conflict चल रहा है.
लॉकर रूम में इतना कुछ चलता है, कैमरा लेके लॉकर रूम में घुस जाते हैं, उधर कोई बोल रहा है,
Bro.
किसी की पिचिंग चल रही
Imagine
है,
if that thing.
Epic it'll be, bro.
बाथरूम में रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है.
There's so much that the stream
Sorry,
doesn't
we can't talk about DCMS and not talk about that, man.
It's cut. No, but there's so
I
much
can't
that...
believe there wasn't a camera in there, bro.
There was.
But...
You saw it, साले तू क्या बोल रहा है?
Anyway,
ड्रामेबाज.
you know, yeah, let's not talk about it, but there's so much that happens when the, you know, camera is not rolling and the live streams is off. And that, like, you know, that behind the scenes is what I think will create those stories, will build up the rivalries, and will really hopefully create a very entertaining kind of a show for everyone.
Yeah.
And वो जैसी controversy बात की, see who entered.
Oh damn.
सबसे controversial आदमी है.
Controversy पे.
मसाला.
Hi JD, what's up? Hi JD, what's up, bro? हाँ चालू है.
We have made episode.
राजा, just roll up. Yeah. Controversy बोलते ही JD appears.
Bro, this is just timing, bro. It's a coincidence.
Nice.
Unless you guys wrote it in the script.
जी के आधे से ज्यादा कंट्रोवर्सी में जेडी का नाम रहा है. अगर जी की कोई कंट्रोवर्सी के बारे में कभी किसी ने सुना नहीं है, that means we're doing our job well.
Or should I say Game Master JD?
Game master.
Game Master Gogo.
Game Master को
अच्छा कोई
Jolly.
कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी करनी है कि
करनी है.
बताओ करनी है कि
BGMI में अभी क्या हो रहा है, कुछ बताओ.
ओ बीच
हाँ,
में
थोड़ा
मसाला
cost
दो
दो,
थोड़ा.
cost दो.
Fresh आयो थोड़ा
फॉर
fresh.
लीगल पर्पसेस आई विल बी क्वाइट
अंदर का जॉली ऑब्राय निकला. Yes.
नहीं यार
So you have to speak up, JD.
हाँ बात
Loudly.
बीजेएमआई के बारे में बीजेएमआई के बारे में
अरे
नहीं बोल
एक सेकंड कॉफी लेना.
एक कुछ
रहा।
बोल
नहीं
सकता
नहीं
है.
नहीं मैं अपना
BGIS तो चल ही रहा है, वो तो 3 महीने लंबा है. That is long.
But अभी main
step.
hot topic BGMS होने वाला है.
हाँ, BGMS is going to be there, but more importantly, हम लोग वहाँ नहीं हो पाएंगे फाइनल्स के लिए because we'll be at champs.
अरे यार ये स्टोरी में कहानी में ट्विस्ट क्यों है इतनी बड़ी?
Yeah.
JD is going to be at BGMS Delhi Live. We're going to be at champs.
Whoa!
I got you, bro. I got you. JD is going to
I
be
got
there.
you
चलो so I can finally say कि you know Hollywood is calling, अपना सपना पूरा हो रहा है.
Yeah.
Overwatch के लिए गए थे, Tribeca के लिए गए थे technically.
और अभी champs.
Anaheim के लिए वो कौन सा
champs
था
के लिए
दूसरा DreamHack के लिए गए थे.
attendance में जा रहे हैं as
और
audience.
just सलामी देने.
Next year, but team.
Next year पहुंचा देना भाई.
Please,
Matty, next year team खेलेगी. तू आज शपथ खा as head of esports.
ले ले
कि
अपने.
next year
वो बुक
हमारी
पे
team
बुक पे
champs
हाथ
जाएगी.
esports वाली बुक पे हाथ रख के बोले.
जर्सी पे हाथ रख.
जर्सी.
मेहनत लगेगा थोड़ा but for sure. अभी अगर chance नहीं है तो what's the point? It really doesn't make sense. That's the one thing that we should be aiming, not everyone should be aiming.
हाँ, means even in our meeting with Riot, like one thing that was very clear was do whatever it takes, जीतो. Like
Yeah.
every
Not
team,
only-
if all 10 teams are not putting in the effort, now 11, if all 11 teams are not putting in their 100% effort to win, they don't deserve to be there. Everything else is secondary. This, at the end of the day, is a competitive sport. The content is great, the viewership is great, everything else awesome. At the end of the day, it's a competitive sport.
Yeah.
If you have a cricketer not taking his craft seriously, or a footballer or a basketball player not taking their sport seriously, none of the views matter, none of the brands matter, none of the endorsement matters. Everything else backseat.
It's a big loss on all the fronts, right? It's like
Competitive.
World Cup में आप अगर पहुंचे ही नहीं, you're missing out on so much of kind of visibility that you could get through that opportunity. इतना content opportunity.
Everything else comes first. See, visibility comes
Sponsorship.
because they are competitive. If you're not winning,
वो नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं.
उसके लिए तो एक मौका दिया है कि आओ दिखाओ मैदान में उतरो.
yeah, it's all about being competitive. If you're not going to be competitive, what's the point? Then I agree with people like no one should waste their slot.
Yeah.
If you're not fighting for the championship trophy,
100%.
if all 33 teams next season, China ka pata nahi, if all 33 teams next season are not doing everything that they possibly can for that one trophy, why are we here?
Then doesn't make sense for any.
फिर फायदा नहीं है करके. फिर सच्ची just
Yeah, it's not worth it for anyone, not the players, not the management, not the brands, not anyone, not for Riot, not for everyone who's involved. वो ecosystem में कुछ आपका value create नहीं होगा.
participation certificate नहीं चाहिए किसी को. It's not worth it.
It's
It's way too much
Yeah.
money at stake for a participation certificate. Guys, there is millions of dollars being spent every single year by all the teams that are there. Yes, Riot का stipend है, but can I tell you something? Not a single team in the entire league is surviving off of that. That is a very small, minuscule part of their earnings. सबके खर्चे are way.
And let's not even get into when we finally get it. वो तो एक
standard है.
दूर की बात है.
वो standard है.
वो industry
वो that
का
they were very
Yeah.
clear. All payments 4 to 6 months. That is cool. हमारा थोड़ा मुश्किल हो गया था because हमारी कंपनी कोरिया में
थोड़ा?
अभी रजिस्टर हो
थोड़ा
रही
बहुत मुश्किल.
8 महीने
इधर जेब खाली हो गए, क्रेडिट कार्ड मैक्स हो गए, क्या क्या हुआ है.
8 महीने लगे
हालत टाइट हो
for
गया.
us to get our company incorporated in Korea, just working with the laws of India and Korea, the bank from India, the compliances. Don't even get us started.
Just when we thought the visa was a big hurdle,
The visa was the public hurdle that you all saw. The back end hurdle which you all didn't see made visa seem like the easiest part of our life. Like now suddenly you feel like visa है ना bro, वो तो easy है. बाकी सब is what really
आप पहले
intense.
हिंदी में पेपर वर्क इजी है, इंग्लिश में पेपर वर्क इजी है. आप पहुंचो कोरिया,
हर
कोरियन में
पेज का कोरियन ट्रांसलेशन.
हर एक लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट.
हम लोग जितने कोरियन पेजेस साइन कर रहे हैं ना, लिटरली डॉक्यूस्कैन से ट्रांसलेट
सुखी आधा सीख भी लिया है कोरियन.
I have a long way to go. Maybe by next to next season.
अन्य एक सेकंड, अन्य वहां से और हम सामने था तक ठीक है.
वो तो थोड़ा बहुत
6-7 चीजें सिखा
वो-
चुका है सुखी में.
वो देखो
डॉक्यूमेंट्स नहीं.
हाँ?
वो नाइट क्लब में यूज कर रहा है, वो इधर नहीं यूज करते हैं.
वो
इसलिए रिपीट भी नहीं कर रहा है. वो जब लेके जाएगा ना सिंक होल तभी
बाद में
हाँ,
I'll tell you the
when you
key
go to
words.
Korea, हाँ.
Eternal wingman सुखी.
इसको ज़ेन नहीं लेके गए थे ना. ज़ेन तो गया.
हम लोग साथ में गए कहाँ है?
ज़ेन बार.
When I was there, Suki wasn't there.
Yeah.
Suki was there, I wasn't there.
Oh yeah,
I love rotation.
You
There
guys
have
go
been-
to Korea
there have been
together.
over. Okay, so in Korea we got this place thanks to the DRX guys.
By the way, I have to tell you guys, Mr. Gary came out to party that night.
Bro, that was one of those nights that Gary said, "Bora."
I was surprised, but he was a nice guy, so
Nothing.
he just drank, Coca-Cola
So-
all night.
DRX guys introduced us to this place
Shadi
called
se
Zen Bar. Bro, it's in the heart of Hongdae. It's like this basement hip hop club which has beer pong, dartboard, foosball table, everything damn chilled out, and they play only hip hop music.
What the hell?
And
Bro,
then
the most
when
epic
the vibe
commercial.
gets happening, they switch to commercial and pop music.
Next level.
Songs that all of us would know, unlike the other Korean clubs that play in Korean music. Because K-pop
Yeah,
is
it's K-pop is good.
Huh?
They open till 6
Open till
What?
6
6
6
a.m.
a.m. तक
जैसे
party-
बाहर लाइट ऑन
No,
होती
एक
है,
second.
अंदर लाइट ऑन होती है.
12 बजे तक तो खाली होता है. 12 बजे के बाद लोग शुरू
Yeah,
होते
it's a
हैं.
midnight
So we're like,
happening
damn,
vibe.
हम लोग पहले गए 10 बजे खाली गए. What a
And the rest
dead
of the
place.
city, 9 a.m. everything is
No,
shut.
No, there's a lot of things. You need to know where to go at what time.
Restaurant shut at 9 p.m. and stuff.
Yeah.
Restaurant. When you're going out for a nice family meal
बाकी सब मिलेगा.
because families go to bed by 9-10 p.m.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Families. Not single खूंखार.
And they usually eat dinner by 7, 8.
वो नाइट क्लब्स में
I'm
घूमते
okay.
हैं.
7, 8. I don't know what you're talking
वो
about.
नाइट क्लब्स में घूमते हैं.
सुखी
एंड वहाँ लाइन लगती है.
सुखी कितने जगह घूमा?
By the
नहीं
way,
पता.
एक Zen bar का update. So the new bouncer
Zen
was there.
two. अच्छा.
No, the Zen one. He was a big faker fan. उस दिन उसने पहनी थी League of Legends fan faker man, तो दोस्त बन गया. He's like bro,
Wait,
you gamer, me
are you going to
gamer.
tell the Rossi bartender story now or we'll save that for later?
Save that for later, so मैं chronologically बोलूँ और ये actually end में रखे of the episode. So that's a good story.
Rossi and bartender की story coming later.
See, you have to keep plugging तो लोग actually हर एक section देख के end तक रुके.
Done.
But हाँ ये faker fan था and he became good friends and he's like bro कभी भी तेरे को चाहिए I'm your best man from now. Entry, exit, everything sorted for you. Right? Gamer to gamer,
Once
faker
again,
to Valorant.
for the
Right,
first
bro,
time,
बिगाड़ लिया.
I felt so bad. Rossi and Golu have been there 7-8 months now total.
Yeah.
From December till now. They had never been to Itaewon. So both of us took it upon ourselves.
They were?
I
Did not.
have.
They have not.
You also probably haven't been.
Which one?
Itaewon.
Itaewon.
एक ही है.
कहाँ पर है?
Jageh Khala. He hasn't been basically. If he's asking me
I don't know
special.
the name of the
हाँ, then you should not be.
Is Gary
Vatsal, यार.
No.
been there?
Gary first time
Gary
हमारे
was-
साथ आया.
हाँ.
वत्सल तू इधर नहीं निकलता है उधर तेरे से उम्मीद नहीं है मेरे को.
हाँ जी,
Because
अभी एक मिनट
उन्होंने
back
सीधा
to
बोल
story,
दिया.
हाँ.
Yeah.
So we finally took them to Itaewon. जो गैरी और रॉसी की फटी है वो एरिया में because that is the rest of where we are staying in Hongdae is probably one of the most posh areas,
Oh,
very
yeah.
nice, very
Bandra.
Band. Okay.
Bandra. Itaewon is like अपना अंदर ही लोखंडा.
अरे वाह. Nice. It's not that bad.
So no, that means that's where all the best nightclubs are. That's where all
Strugglers
the best
section.
restaurants are.
Strugglers and-
सब है
No,
भाई.
that is where all the cool shit happens.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But that is also where all the immigrants are. That is also where all the Middle Easterns are.
Oh.
That is also where कोरिया में जो गैरी इतने ठाट में स्टोरी बोल रहा था ना कि रोड पे क्रेडिट कार्ड भरा हुआ था 2 हफ्तों में
Not
किसी ने नहीं छुआ. यहाँ लोग शटर डाउन करके लॉक लगा के जाते
Oh
हैं.
shit.
Like that part of
Okay,
Korea.
okay.
Also, if you remember that incident that had happened where
The Halloween
was,
ka stampede.
Halloween was- that
That
was
was
shit.
it,
That
yeah.
was the
Oh,
so unfortunate thing, but that is
Because वहाँ इतवान की गलियाँ इतनी छोटी है. That's just so we went and saw that memorial as well. So anyway, after that incident in Halloween for almost 6 months, Itaewon was dead. No one went
more
there.
than that actually.
People-
When we went in
तो 6 महीने ना.
Feb,
June
में भी
में,
अभी
June
गए थे,
तक
it was
yeah.
like a
वही तो
Halloween
Halloween
था.
Halloween
के
6 महीने तक it was
It was
actually
completely
yeah.
like no one went there. Even these guys local है चले कभी कोई नहीं जाता है.
हाँ, तो shift to-
मैं जब गया था 2018 में that was the most happening place.
True.
So when he also went last time, he was like, bro,
It
एकदम
was-
dead है. चल चाहते हैं ये लोग भी नहीं गए. एक रात ऐसे venture out करने निकले.
The adventures at Global Esports.
सबको पूछा. एरन ने बोला I'm not feeling well. वापस चले गया. मोनेको can't take underage. फिर Rossi and Golu in. Spin and Big Ten ने बोला that they wanted to come but they said they had an early morning and they didn't want to stay up late. So इसलिए उन लोगों का भी last minute तक जब तक टैक्सी में जा रहे थे वो दोनों भी आने वाले थे. When they can't. टैक्सी आने के बाद फिर Jose also can't.
Oh.
So it ended up becoming.
बिल्कुल लेट होते जा रहा था.
It ended up becoming the Desi Boys.
Oh, that's a wild night.
So it was.
That's why once upon a time in South Korea.
It was Mohit, Gary, me, Ishan.
था. Or you can say once upon a time in Itaewon.
ईशान
Whatever title you like.
Oh, damn.
हम लोग इतवान पहुंचे एंड पहले मेन रोड पे all these guys Gary also like bro क्या चल रहा है
Itaewon,
क्या है ये
Itaewon.
what's up? I was like
Was it before the match or after the match?
much
Much before the
much
match.
before.
Okay.
Almost 2 weeks before the match.
Yeah,
Okay,
much
okay.
much earlier. So Gary was like क्या जगह ले आया है bro what's happening here? चल मेन रोड है अंदर जाएंगे. Sukiya had been quite a few times over there. He's been after.
और उधर के slopes वाले कोई जगह पे ना
It's
ऐसे
very
ऊपर
San
जाते
Francisco
हैं,
kind of
ऐसे
vibe.
नीचे
So
जाते
there are
हैं.
slopes up and down. It's on top
You
of
can
the
see the
bottom
city
of the
from
hill.
like the highest point over there.
Istanbul.
Kind of.
Kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Very similar to our
Yeah,
Istanbul
yeah,
Airbnb.
yeah.
But imagine that entire area वैसे. So all the clubs, restaurants, bars, everything. So we went to this one shisha lounge. We like वहाँ बैठते हैं, chill करते हैं. कुछ जगह मिली 4 hours waiting.
4 hours waiting.
सीधा मुंह पे बोलते हैं 4 hours waiting. Come back in 4 hours. टाइम देख रहा होगा ना आंटी 1 घंटा बोलो 2 घंटा कम बैक इन 4 hours क्या
hours?
बात है
10 बज रहे थे शायद रात
Wait,
में.
this was the same place that was empty few
Yeah.
months ago.
Few months
like
ago, yeah.
bro there was no place to walk packed
बाहर
streets
चुका था.
packed locations
Oh, that means-
so we said let's walk around went to the other bro night club central वो एक गली में कम से कम 200 night clubs हैं.
Holy crap.
People at one
And like
point had
crazy
given up
crowded.
inside that इतना रश है नाइट क्लब्स के लिए बाहर रोड्स पे पार्टियां चल रही है सब
Holy
ग्लास
crap.
लेके लिटरली केग्स लेके बाहर रोड पे भर के चिल
एंड एक बार से दूसरी बार लोग जा रहे हैं, ऐसे ऐसे चल रहा है, कुछ भी हो रहा है उधर।
वो
लाइन में
इस्तांबुल
खड़े
वाला
हैं।
वाइब बेसिकली।
हाँ बट लाइक पार्टीज ऑन इस्तांबुल वाला वाइब इज
X,
चिल,
but वो
वेरी लाउंज।
X10
इस्तांबुल इज वाइब लाउंज,
X10,
where
X10।
तू चेयर लेके कुर्सी पे
कहीं
यार
बैठ जा, हाँ।
खड़े रहने की जगह नहीं है ब्रो।
Oh, shit.
सब ऐसे प्लास्टिक ग्लासेस में ड्रिंक ले रहे, दारू चिल कर रहे, हर क्लब के बाहर गाना बज रहा है। एंड रॉसी से बोल रहे ये कौन सा शहर है? हम कौन से कोरिया में रह रहे थे इतने टाइम से?
वेलकम टू इटावन।
अरे ब्रो तुम लोग कहीं घूमे नहीं हो, क्या कर रहे थे? नहीं वी हैव लेफ्ट होम डे, फैसिलिटीज है अपार्टमेंट से फैसिलिटी बस।
It's same as here only. They haven't left Bandra.
हाँ
वो कभी गए ही नहीं।
एंड बाय द वे ये सब देखने के बाद हम लोग चले एज यूजुअल एक लंबी वॉक पे।
Bro,
3
one
घंटे।
second. Okay,
3 घंटे।
so I'll give you reference to context.
Without live stream.
Itaewon
Late
is about 50 something kilometers from Hongdae. It seems like a lot distance wise, but 20-25 minutes है without traffic.
Car.
Car.
Yeah.
हाँ, car.
15,
Subway also not that far.
50.
50 kilometers.
हाँ.
Oh shit.
So distance wise काफी है, but गाड़ी में उनके हाईवे पे 20-25 मिनट विदाउट ट्रैफिक, 45 मिनट्स विद ट्रैफिक। हम लोग ये पूरा इटावन घूमे हैं, हर एक गली घूमे हैं, पूरा चल के हर एक जगह सबको दिखा के फोटोज लिया, चिल किया, मस्ती किया। फिर हमने बोला चलो लेट्स ट्राई वॉकिंग बैक
50 kilometers.
Just towards the where our facility and apartments are. वही direction में.
They all-
Vatsal has been on the other side.
This is
So
not.
we decided let's start walking back.
Stories चल रही
चलते-
है,
देखो,
डोटा की
मेरा
बातें
logic
चल रही है,
simple है।
वालों की बातें चल रही है।
सिंपल लॉजिक, चलना शुरू करते हैं, जहाँ थक गए टैक्सी बुला लेंगे।
साले
And by the
याद
way,
है।
weather,
मेरे को याद है।
the weather conditions वो कभी भी बारिश हो सकती है. We had no umbrella.
एक छतरी थी गैरी के पास,
गैरी-
वो गैरी की ट्रस्ट
गैरी
टीमन वाली
लोकल
छतरी।
81 की उसकी जो by the way चली गई.
Circumstances याद है मुझे
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छे से।
एक
You know,
second.
कल ही तूने मेरे को पूछा ना कितने किलोमीटर चले थे हम लोग, कितने स्टेप्स हुए थे. It was a similar story.
Our average daily steps were 25,000.
Sounds about right.
So,
Even
anyway.
Philippines में 25,000 ही था।
Yeah. So हम लोग निकल पड़े, चले जा रहे हैं, बात कर रहे हैं, चले जा रहे हैं,
स्टारक्राफ्ट की
बात कर
बातें
रहे
चल
हैं।
रही है, ई-स्पोर्ट्स की ओरिजिन की बातें
Esports,
चल रही है.
Starcraft,
ये
just generally
कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा है.
जनरल चिट चैट चलते जा रहे हैं, चलते हैं। गैरी हर आधे घंटे में ब्रो
यहाँ से
टैक्सी
ले
बुला ले, टैक्सी बुला ले ब्रो, टैक्सी बुला ले, हर आधे घंटे। फाइनली बारिश शुरू हो गई, फाइनली वो खुशी में
बस
खड़े हो
के नीचे
गया,
खड़े हैं।
छतरी लेके खड़े हो गया, ये लाइक अब तो इनको टैक्सी बुलाना ही पड़ेगा। मैंने बोला एनीवन माइंड्स गेटिंग वेट? सबने बोला नो। फिर से निकल पड़े। गैरी नीचे छतरी लेके चल रहा है, हम लोग चार बारिश में भीग के चले ही जा रहे हैं। रात के 3-3:30 बज गए। फाइनली सब लोग ने बोला चलो अभी टैक्सी ले लेते हैं। वी आर इन द मिडल ऑफ नोवेयर, इट्स सेइंग एटलीस्ट 2 hours लेफ्ट। हम लोग बिकॉज़ ईशान माय डियर फ्रेंड जीपीएस हाथ में लेके घूम रहा था।
Like देख
So
के
he's
राइट
like, hey guys 2 घंटे बाकी है। तो तेरे
Walking.
2 घंटे नहीं चल रहा है।
Walking 2 घंटे
Take a cab, bro. So,
So-
how much distance did you all cover?
वेट वो छोड़,
एग्जैक्ट अभी याद नहीं
वो
है.
याद भी नहीं है। टैक्सी बुलाया, नो उबर्स अवेलेबल
Oh shit.
बिकॉज़ रात के 3:30 बजे इन द मिडल
You
ऑफ
know
नोवेयर।
how it is. Not like Hongdae के आ जाएगा
हाँ,
फिर से.
हम बॉम्बे में नहीं है ब्रो, हम कोरिया में है, इन बिटवीन इटावन एंड हॉन्गडे, बिकॉज़
पूरा
वी हैव
चलना
वॉक
पड़ा।
हाफवे, नो टैक्सीज अवेलेबल, नो, नाउ एवरीवन इज टू टायर्ड टू वॉक सडनली।
We were-
तो उधर ढेरा लगा दिया रोड साइड पे, साइड
बैठ गए ऐसे,
ऐसा
settle.
छतरी लगा के बैठ गए हम लोग।
Forget the Uber, the taxi which was
Bro,
standing there.
वो उसको भी नहीं
मैं
याद.
उधर क्यों गया?
उधर की
Because
काली
वहाँ
पीली.
4 टैक्सी काली पीली पड़े थे। मैं लगा चाचा एड्रेस नो,
Translation करके सब बोल रहे एक्स्ट्रा ले ले नहीं.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्यों खड़ा है चाचा, घर जाना फिर यहाँ क्यों बैठे? नो,
Hongdae too far.
Hongdae too far. ये वो Hongdae too far. Like okay, okay.
लाइक अच्छा ठीक है आधे रास्ते छोड़ दो, लाइक नो, खिड़की ऊपर कर दी एक ने तो, और लाइक यार कैसा रूड इंसान है, कौन बोलता है साउथ
Finally, what
कोरियन?
happened?
फाइनली कोशिश कर करके
एक Uber आई.
इसका उबर
Luck by chance.
हाफ एन आवर गैरी बार कैंसिल करके न्यू उबर कैंसिल
मैं
करके
रुका
new
था,
Uber-
आएगा,
ये
आएगा।
बुला के छोड़ दिया। ये बोला अभी बाकी सब लोग ट्राई करो, बाकी सब ने फोन से ट्राई करे। 34 मिनट्स लेटर इसका उबर ड्राइवर एक करे,
लकीली ऐसे ब्रिज पे क्रॉस हो रहा था, उसने एक्सेप्ट किया. दूर से
Except
देखा
दूर
आया.
से आ रहा था।
Nice.
एक उबर मिल गया, बोला आधे जाओ। तो ईशान, सुकी और गोलू बैठ के निकल गए। सुकी ने बोला मैं दूसरी उबर बुलाता हूँ, काफी दूर है हम लोग, दूसरी उबर बुलाने में टाइम लगेगा बट ठीक है, विल फिगर इट आउट। वो गया, मैंने रॉसी और गैरी को बोला कि देखिए यहाँ बैठने से चलते हैं थोड़ा
बैक टू चलते हैं
पार्टी अभी
ये बहुत किया है गाइस बहुत एक्सपीरियंस किए चलते हैं
थोड़ा सा
थोड़ा
चलते हैं
और लाइक यहाँ नहीं मिल रही आगे तक चलते हैं मिल जाएगी ये उबर ऐप ऐसा ही है यहाँ नहीं मिलेगी आगे मिल जाएगी सी नाउ आई हैव 3 less people to convince
दो जन को वाली
But you, the
So-
difficult one was left, Gary.
नहीं रॉसी ने हाँ बोल दिया तो गैरी ने क्या बोला चलो
You guys are walk you get
So,
left behind
रॉसी
here
और
man.
नहीं निकल पड़े गैरी पीछे छतरी लेके चलो आगे बढ़े आगे आया एक ईमार्ट 24 वहां अंदर गया बोला ठीक है उबर यहाँ बुला लेंगे तब तक थोड़ा रेड बुल लेते हैं पानी लेते हैं रिफ्रेशमेंट रात के 4 बज गए हैं कोरिया के कोई कोने में भटके पड़े हुए हैं कहाँ जाना है कोच
It's like
आएगा
24/7 only.
Yeah, most of these
कोई
Emarts,
कोई 7-Eleven ले ले
like 7-Eleven, they have ऐसा GS25 Emart ऐसे 6-7 brand हैं, so they have hundreds
Nice
of
to
them,
see.
hundreds of them all across. That's
To see.
usually people's hangout spot, huh? So वो
Just
अलग
the
बात-
Emart.
हाँ अंदर ले लो बाहर
दो
बैठो
टेबल है, लो दारू लो, सुट्टा लो, खाना लो,
जो
ramen,
चाहिए तेरे को।
chill,
खाना
enjoy,
लेके उधर ही ramen बना के बैठ जा
मजा नहीं
ओपन
आएगा।
में खा
full party scene.
इंडोर खा कोई कुछ नहीं
So
बोलेगा
anyway, हम लोग ईमार्ट गए, usual ice लिया, Red Bull लिया, chill किया, बैठे एंड उधर सब लोग तीनों हम लोग ऐप पे ट्राई करे जा रहे उबर बुक करने का वे ट्राइंग टू कॉल करना टैक्सी नहीं तो फाइनली वो एल्डरली अंकल वाज बिहाइंड द काउंटर ही आस्क्ड अस व्हाट हैपेंड आई एम ट्राइंग फॉर टैक्सी इंग्लिश में नहीं कोरियन में उसने पूछा हम लोग ने टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश में कोरियन में रिस्पॉन्ड करके थोड़ा ऐसा कम्युनिकेट किया
जो करना पड़ता है
फाइनली आई आस्क्ड हिम कैन यू बुक अ टैक्सी फॉर अस श्योर अंकल जी शुरू हो गए हमारा एड्रेस टाइप करने में अभी एड्रेस हमारा कोरियन में है बिकॉज़ इंग्लिश में नहीं एक्सेप्ट करता है लाइक ओवर देयर इफ यू टाइप एनी एड्रेस इन इंग्लिश
you know the confusion
it does not get accepted you have to type it in Korean and Google Maps वहाँ नहीं चलता
There's no Google Maps.
there is no Google Maps
never only
Bro, मैं तो आता
और Kakao Maps.
शहर में
so you have to figure it out right it's a very figure it out kind of city uncle ji he's typing it in Korean I can see him typing it wrong
oh shit
2-3 attempt किया like no not this फिर 2-3 अटेम्प्ट किया नो नॉट दिस हाँ लाइक अंकल जी और दूर भेज दिया तो बहुत ऑलरेडी इतना दूर है
इधर वहाँ से
तो मैं
अपने
कोशिश
से
कर रहा हूँ
gang
अंकल जी
में
को
पहुंच
बोले,
जाएंगे।
अंकल जी रहने दो उतने में सुखिया कॉल आता है ब्रो वी रीच्ड
ब्रो पता नहीं उसने कौन से हाईवे से किधर भगाया सब ग्रीन सिग्नल मिले एक तो उसने ऐसे खाली ले लिया
कितना टाइम
ब्रो 15 मिनट में पहुंचे हम लोग ईशान
25 उबर सेट 25 मिनट
12 minutes apparently 12 minutes में पहुंचे
100 की स्पीड के भागा है
bro on
खाली
the
रोड
Uber it was showing 20 minutes से ज्यादा somehow he made us reach in 12 minutes I have no idea
He skipped signals also.
हाँ सब रेड रेड सिग्नल उड़ा के
हाँ मतलब
लोकल एकदम जप करके
हाँ तो
so you booked the
ना ना
next
नहीं that's what I asked him कि क्या
का
करूँ
कॉल आया
book
कि ब्रो we have reached here should we book another Uber I was like हाँ I'll send you my location we'll figure उतने में one nice younger looking dude walked in and he saw all this commotion and we are trying to communicate uncle फिर भी एड्रेस टाइप कर रहे हैं कोशिश कर रहे हैं सुखी ऐसा कॉल पे सुखी बोला कि ब्रो कॉल करते हैं
और इन लोग बाय द वे जो ईमार्ट पे रिफ्रेशमेंट ले रहे थे हम लोग ने हमारे वाले ईमार्ट पे ऑलरेडी चालू कर दिया था
हाँ इन लोग उनके इमार्ट पे बैठे थे हम लोग हमारे इमार्ट पे 30 किलोमीटर अपार्ट
जो फैसिलिटी के नीचे
हाँ सेम चीज चालू है इमार्ट इज लाइक हैंगआउट स्पॉट इसलिए हमारा शूट भी जो प्लेयर्स के साथ था इमार्ट पे था
nice
सो
तो उधर तो नहीं बोल सकते ऐसे इधर डीमार्ट वाला जोक चलता है उधर ईमार्ट वाला जोक चलता है
GS20 so Emart pe nice guy has come he has asked what's the commotion spoke good English had like an American accent as
Oh,
well
nice.
and sorted he said don't worry I'll book he told uncle in Korean ke aap
कर
book
दिया।
लो. He told us कि I'll book for you then he said only one problem my card is connected I don't have a cash on option do you have cash I'm like वो है दे दूंगा no problem उसका upfront cash दिया he called the Uber नहीं Kakao taxi था he had the app and his we're at Emart 24 nice guy has just walked in seen all this commotion I've told Suki bro I'll call you back figure करने दे uncle still typing wrong address trying to figure out what the address is nice guy walks in talks to us in English understands the problem Korean में uncle से बात करके handles it books Kakao taxi on his phone I've paid him cash all good he says he shows me share screenshot he takes my he doesn't take my number he takes a screenshot and then airdrops it to me okay I'll tell you why this is relevant because there's a story behind it
okay
he takes a screenshot and airdrops it to me the taxi with number everything and it shows over there 15-16 minutes away he says I'm in a rush I'm heading but ये taxi number है ये सब details है I put your address in cool
आ जाएगा
आ जाएगा। निकल जाते हैं
Hopefully.
हम लोग वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं वापस रोड साइड पे, गैरी अपना
Middle of
छाता
nowhere.
लेके, रॉसी और मैं गाने सुन रहे हैं, गा रहे हैं, चिल कर रहे हैं, बातें कर रहे हैं।
हमारे टाइमलाइन में हम लोग बैठ के तब तक
इन लोग नीचे अपने ईमार्ट पे नीचे बैठे हुए हैं, because they have already
रिफ्रेशमेंट
reached-
ग्रेप सोडा ये वो रेड बुल है वो कुछ
On their side they have already reached location.
ऊपर नहीं गए हो,
नहीं नीचे बैठे थे
हम लोग भी बाहर नीचे बैठे थे रोड साइड पे, इन लोग भी
वेट कर रहे थे इन लोगों के लिए
हाँ।
कि साथ में आएंगे, साथ में
टीम
चलेंगे, ठीक है।
एक ही साथ में गए थे साथ में
सिटिंग ओवर देयर 5 मिनट हो जाता है, 10 मिनट हो जाता है, 15 मिनट हो जाता है, नो साइन ऑफ इट।
ओह शिट,
फिर गैरी का दिमाग चालू होता है, ब्रो यू पेड इन कैश, व्हाट इफ ही कैंसिल द टैक्सी, टेकिंग द मनी एंड रन अवे। हम लोग ब्रो कोरिया है ब्रो, लाइक क्यों करेगा वो ऐसा? Like we're in Korea, nice guy. If he was Japan, probably he would have waited.
Right.
But nice guy Korea, अगर cancel हो गया वो वापस आता to give the cash
Right,
back. Like
right,
that's
right.
how Koreans are. They're very
Yeah.
very nice,
Yeah.
very sweet.
One thing I wanna ask.
हाँ
If it was cash,
हाँ
Uber का cash, right?
Uber नहीं, Kakao, उसके
Kakao.
कार्ड पे already charge हो गया था,
अच्छा.
so I
हाउ
paid him cash.
टेरी कॉल्स ना द वेंटीन कभी-कभी वो
हाँ.
कैश कर देता है
So
ऐसा,
उसका
yeah.
कार्ड already था, cash on ये whatever cash का option नहीं था.
Yeah.
कार्ड डायरेक्टली चार्ज हुआ, वो प्रीपेड वाला था, so it charged his card directly. So anyway, Gary का दिमाग चालू, Gary's like, bro, what if he's cancelled the taxi, taken the money and gone?
ऐसा कोई नहीं
and,
करता।
and Rossi like, हाँ क्या ऐसा करेगा क्या? अगर नहीं करेगा यार, नहीं
बस क्या,
20 मिनट हो गए अभी तक कोई टैक्सी नहीं है। And we're like, bro, अभी यहाँ स्क्रीनशॉट में तो लिखा है 15 मिनट, ठीक है, whatever, स्क्रीनशॉट है, obviously लाइव अपडेट तो मिल नहीं रहा है।
हाँ,
And airdrop किया तो it's not like we have that guy's number. That's why I said airdrop किया. अगर
वही
उसका
पूछने
नंबर
वाला
होता
था,
we could
नंबर
have
लिया
messaged.
And हम लोग
and
रुके
figured out.
आ रहे
हम लोग
ठीक है आ रहे ओके
Finally उधर दूर से गाड़ी एकदम भगाते हुए आई and screech मार के हमारे आगे रुकी हुई है, same number plate, बैठ गए।
अब नहीं होगा, हाँ, ठीक है, नहीं,
खुशी से बैठ गए and निकल पड़े। जो भाई साहब ने भगाया है 150 की स्पीड पे, जैसे इन लोग पहुंचे 12 मिनट में हम लोग को पहुंचाया
10 मिनट, 12 मिनट में
20 के लिए आ गए तुम लोग, हाँ 20 मिनट तो हम टैक्सी के लिए रुके थे, 12 मिनट में भाई साहब ने पहुंचाया है।
एंड उधर पता है क्या हम लोग का कम्युनिकेशन चल रहा था, तो ऑन द वे इटवान पे हम लोग ने वो वाला पूरा ट्रेंड डिस्कस कर रहे थे, गैंग 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 गैंग। तो नीचे हम लोग बैठे, दूर से इन लोग चिल्ला रहे गैंग गैंग, हम लोग ने अंदर से चिल्लाया गैंग गैंग, मैं भी चल मिल गए, इन लोग आ गए।
वो देखा तुम लोग ने TikTok पे?
We were discussing that trend that night.
bro, what is happening, bro, in the universe?
Now we can actually talk about Champions
चलो,
VCT.
Champions one
And
more
Rostermania also.
music
Roster
video.
Mania,
Roster
music
Mania,
video,
Roster Mania related.
Champions की बात करें तो
तो एक ही चीज याद
हम
आती है।
वहाँ होंगे, even though जी वहाँ नहीं होगी। Moment of silence.
Yeah.
हम
We'll be
वहाँ होंगे
attending-
तो जी वहाँ होगी, bro. Come on.
There we go. That's the
Yeah.
spirit. That's the spirit. Let's go.
एक बार जी
G
fighting.
fighting. Hey, एक second.
That guy, bro.
DRX के लिए चिल्लाएगा ना that guy.
100%,
Yeah,
bro.
that. So you'll get to see that guy from VCT at VCT.
Activate.
इस बार DRX के लिए भी और PRX
लास्ट टाइम इस्तांबुल में किया था, इस टाइम एलए में।
पेपर एक्स के लिए भी।
मैं पेपर एक्स के लिए चलाऊंगा, तू DRX के लिए चलाऊंगा।
मैं
Bro,
दोनों टीम्स
Khan-
के लिए चलाऊंगा।
Khan
And-
actually-
Bro, you think we should change our something to GRX?
करते हैं।
I think नाम में ही है.
DRX, GR.
भाई वो फिर वो
इतना मुझे पता है. This season we got more victories at GS than G. We have a 0
Yeah.
score as G right now.
Yeah.
ठीक है।
हमने सोचा नाम बदले थोड़ा लकी होगा, but
It always starts with
दुखता है.
क्या loss?
loss.
That's the
ठीक
G
है.
story.
That's always been our story, okay?
G fighting. I mean, एक बार जीत गए तो you can't keep winning like that. You have to. क्या हार के जीतने
Now
को
you
पास
know
नहीं
why
कहते हैं।
even after Sukamal said we did not change our hashtag to G when we're still G fighting.
Yeah.
Because हमें
बहुत
पता है
seriously
fight
हम लोगों को
खत्म
पूछा
नहीं
गया था कि are you guys open to changing that tagline?
नहीं.
Like no.
नहीं.
We are warriors.
No.
We keep fighting.
We prefer not to.
Inside the game, outside the game, wherever it is.
होगा जी विनिंग भी होगा।
होगा.
ना ना
करेंगे
G
तो।
जीतेगा. G हारेगा.
But fight करके जीतेगा.
पर हर दिल को
ठीक है. Quickly moving on to what was your take on the champions video? Go. Okay, Jaideep, since he's behind.
देखा क्या? I have to start with the basics.
ठीक है,
Please.
पूरा जो स्टोरी था वो बहुत अच्छा लगा।
नाम क्या है?
टिकिंग
अबे
टिकिंग
तू भाई ये
First bench चल रहा है.
नहीं
G.
देखा। अरे कल मैं बैठी सुखी साथ में देख रहे थे।
हाँ but इसने क्यों प्रॉम्प्ट किया?
ठीक है
वो
चलो.
एमी है ब्रो।
I thought
थोड़ा
you
यहाँ
knew the
जा,
answer, bro.
थोड़ा यहाँ जा.
थोड़ा if the camera doesn't see you, you don't see the camera.
अरे चलेगा। मैं पेट छुपा रहा हूँ। ब्यूटीफुल एनिमेशन उसके बाद सुखी मैंने बात भी किया उस बारे में
बता इधर बात
ठीक है
करो
सो आई वाज लाइक कि हम बहुत शूट वूट करते हैं वी शुड डाइव इनटू एनिमेशन आल्सो बहुत जल्दी जी स्टूडियोज बट
खर्चे बढ़ाएगा ये
वही बोल रहा है
खर्चे बढ़ाएगा बोल
म्यूजिक थोड़ा स्टिल ग्रोइंग मतलब अभी तक वो ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि स्पॉटिफाई खोल के सुनूं मैं बार-बार बट ठीक और
Ratif, you had strong opinions.
I loved it. I could connect.
Damn, that's a
Like
strong
I could
opinion.
connect my journey from part to pro, I would say. From being a casual player to seeing what all aspects or what all direction I could go by playing a game. It was very every moment right from starting में सबसे frame होता है which is the end frame.
Yeah.
उसका where he is competing in the it's in the what is it? Okay.
the
Arena.
Yeah.
That's the first frame of uska is
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
frame
yeah.
and then it connects back to his when he was a kid.
yeah
Interesting.
The storyline was legit. I think a lot of individuals who are trying to do something in Valorant would be able to connect
It's
and relate
exactly
to their
how they
stories.
told us in Sao Paulo, right? That they're going to build up that story of these 5 friends who started playing in one more game, one more match, one more time,
Right.
one more round, one more win, and ऐसे करते करते have reached the highest stage, which is
Yeah.
champions.
Bro, garage से arena पहुंचा bro.
sounds like a G story
क्या ही बोलेगा
हमने भी
bro?
गराज से शुरू किया और अभी लीग में है.
but
And that one moment where he sees his friends
yeah
sitting
and then
at
they
the
are cheering
bench,
for him I
that's-
think for me personally it was a really well executed animation video, one of the finest that I've seen. The transitions, the storytelling, the kind of passage of time, वो दिखाना बहुत difficult है, but
Right.
from like the kid जैसे तूने बोला, those grew up and the transitions to them showing, and we always discuss this, the showing of in-game characters relating to IRL people is always the key thing. The way they described and showcased those characters and taking an agent's role, literally वो ऐसा नीचे spike plant कर रहा है, वो bullet कर रहा है, वो basketball खेलता है, so well thought of, and yeah, totally hit home with the relatable factor because एक लगता है यार हर एक जन का वो सपना होता है 5 दोस्तों के साथ खेलना चालू किया, किसने एस निकाला, किसने थोड़ा बहुत सपोर्ट किया, कोई लोग अपने दूसरे लाइफ में बिजी हो गए and some of them stuck to this passion, didn't give up, kept training, and then one fine day वो एक ऐसी opportunity knocks on the door and then everything changes, and then those same friends who were there with you when you started are there with you, cheering. I think वो एक goosebump type moment है.
it's very relatable.
And I think all the guys who would be, kind of not just playing Premier, but growing in the scene from cafes,
every kid's
from
dream.
casual game.
Every kid's dream who's playing competitive and who's trying to rank up in the ladder and trying to look at esports as a career.
And you keep saying that one more game could lead you to that. Especially जब हम रात को खेलते हैं.
I mean, who understands?
You're like चलिए last game है, like नहीं bro.
LCQ
One
में
more.
वो एक game. Like that one more game is the difference between us getting eliminated and us going
True,
forward.
we needed that third man.
Yeah, like for every single person there, LCQ has one slot. So that's one more slot to champions, right? 7 teams fighting for that slot. Every region had these upsets.
Yeah.
EMEA, NA, all these. Like I'm just excited that we're going to get to see the top 16 teams compete for that crown of champions. With regards to the video, I think the video was absolutely brilliant. It exactly told the story that Riot was trying to tell. The song isn't as catchy as I would have liked.
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
it grows on
अच्छा
you.
लगा.
It's a nice song.
Maybe it grows on you, right?
It's a nice
It grows
song.
on you.
It's very loopable.
Yeah, it's loopable.
Loopable.
But I'm going to have to put it on loop for a while. It's not a tune that gets stuck in your head that you keep humming or
So
keep.
since there are like 5 of us around here, we need to kind of play a game together, listen to that song, vibe, get into game,
You want us to start with a cappella.
No, I'm saying वो आएगा acapella version भी आएगा.
And then you can learn.
I'm
ये
saying
मेकिंग वेव्स का गाना होता तो भी बोल देता.
नहीं, but right environment जब create होएगा, and I think if we relate to it, if we are in game or something like that happens, that magic, then that song sticks. I think it could happen to us maybe in the next 1 week, पता नहीं, and then फिर loop पे चलेगा. उसका तो already चल रहा
शॉर्ट
है.
में बोल रहा है वालो खेलते गाना सुन के.
शॉर्ट में नहीं, बहुत लॉन्ग में बोला. ये शॉर्ट थोड़ी था. इतना घुमा फिरा के बोला वैलो खेलते हैं. So one thing I did want to address, a lot of people in chat have asked about it, Eraser. We had decided that we are not going to continue with him for next season. We're going to try something new. We tried a lot of what we thought would work in this season, and it didn't work the way that we had wanted it to. This decision was not based on the result, it was on a lot of things, and we had multiple discussions about this, and we thought best that we explore other opportunities and we try to do something different. It's not taking anything away from Eraser as a coach. He was the coach of Damwon Kia before us as well, and that team, you know, is one of the top teams in Tier 2 in Korea. So they're absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure wherever he goes, he'll be very happy. It's just the direction that we want to go in now. We want to try something different. You guys may or may not like it. We want to try something different. I think one thing that we have learnt is suno sabki but karo apni. So we love all your criticism, we love all your feedback, we love all the hate, we love all the support and love. We love all of it. As Aaron says, it fuels us, it keeps us going, the good and the bad. But we're also going to make decisions that we have to make for the betterment of our future, our company's future, our brand's future, and everything that we do is knowing all the information that we have, which a lot of you may not have an idea of the full picture. We spend hours in the back end talking to Riot, talking to other team owners, talking to players, knowing and understanding so many of the criteria from all perspectives, and we can't have unfortunately for us, we can't have a blind-sided vision. We can't work with blinders on. We have to see a 360-degree picture and look at every factor, not just now, for the long term.
And a lot of people think, you know, like immediately decision liya tha. It was not something that was taken now. It's something that we've been evaluating on multiple factors. Even before this season, you know, we've been working with Eraser for a long time. Obviously,
as a player, it started as a player.
Fortnite as a player.
Yeah, like imagine वो हमारा player था Fortnite में, फिर उसके बाद creator था Fortnite का. Then he went on to coach Damwon. Then he came back as a coach for a Valorant team. So God Squad का coach था. Then we got into the franchise league and he became our head coach.
Yeah.
So there was an entire journey that he had for his career that was rich. And again, see, in the past also, between him working with us in Fortnite and coming back to Valorant, he worked somewhere else for 2 years.
Yeah.
There is a future that he will be working with us again.
Sure.
So again,
have an opportunity.
global esports is going to be around, guys, for the next few decades. हमारा कोई कहीं
मैं 100 साल बोलने वाला था, but
let's start with a few decades. शुरू करते हैं.
प्लान 100 साल की करके जाएंगे.
Done.
बाकी एमी संभाल लेंगे.
99 ईयर का केक काटे.
लंबी जर्नी है.
इसका भी कंपनी का भी.
It was a hard decision, you know, because we've worked so closely with him, and we of course want to do the best for G, because I think the opportunity जो हम लोग को मिली है to represent India on the global scale, it's something that we can't take lightly. It's something that we can't, you know, let any small step not make us reach where we want to go. And we want to go really far. We want to be the best in the competitive. We want to be the best at the content. We want to do everything in our potential to we can. जो बोलते ना कि एक भी stone unturned नहीं होना चाहिए. We want to make sure we've given it our all. And बाकी ठीक है, stage पे जो होता है, game में जो होता है, that's something we can't control. But apart from that, we want to make sure we've tried our best in everything else.
We have to know that we have done everything, and I think whatever we could have done in season 0, season 1, call it whatever you may, I personally feel we went above and beyond what we could have. Even in comparison to a lot of the other league teams. 100%. The kind of horror stories that I heard about some of the teams, not just in Pacific, even in EMEA.
I mean, take our facility and the apartments. अभी जो हम लोग pack करके आए हैं.
We've heard a lot of teams struggled.
The way it was.
We had struggles with visas and we had struggles with company registration, but those struggles never translated into our players struggling. So,
by the way, pack-up के एक रात पहले ईशान and मैंने और टेरी बोला कि bro final है, इतना epic equipment जा रहा है, एक मौका मिला है, थोड़ा वालों के लिए, but bro the
एक सेकंड, ये जब से हम लोग हारे, जब से प्लेयर्स घर गए ना, इन लोग ने स्क्रीन रूम को पीसी मांगा.
इसकी शादी मिस हो गई LA में.
टूटा हुआ.
नेक्स्ट ग्लोबल इवेंट
आधा सेलिब्रेशन में था तो हमारे लॉस पे.
नहीं.
कि मेरी शादी कैंसिल हो गई.
मेरे आंखों से आंसू आ रहे थे, बट थोड़ी मुस्कुराहट भी थी. याद करके कि शादी नहीं हो रही इस साल. अगले साल चैंप्स पे मिलेंगे और शादी करेंगे.
अच्छा. मतलब
It carries on next year also.
जब तक हम लोग चैंप्स नहीं जाएंगे तो शादी नहीं करेगा.
ये क्या है भाई?
चैंप्स पहुंचा फिर शादी.
देख bro, now it's more of a race. 40-year-old virgin,
Bro.
yeah, champs trophy जीत.
Petition कर दो guys.
Bro, तुम
So a few people asked about performance coaches as well. Honestly, we had them only for 6 weeks before our match, and 6 weeks there were a few sessions that we had individually with the players, collectively with the coaching staff, individually with the staff, with all of us. इतने short period में there was only so much that they could do. But one thing I can say is the performance staff really helps. It makes a massive difference. But I think we're going to have to do them in long term, and we're going to need them to be in person as well with the team. हमारी बात चल रही थी, they were planning to meet us. इससे चैंपियंस के लिए क्वालिफाई हो जाओ, पूरी टीम एलए में ही होगी, मिल लेंगे, हेल्प कर लेंगे. But this is one of those moments. टूटा हुआ.
At some point, all these small things you don't realize at a longer run how important.
It's called the butterfly effect. अभी कितने
But
का
can I
loss
tell you
हुआ है हम
something?
लोग को चैंपियंस पहुंचने का, वो
Can I tell you
ये
something?
पॉडकास्ट में बोल नहीं सकते.
Rossi ने एक line बोली that he remembers. Rossi ने एक line बोली that he remembers from what the performance coaches told him.
What?
And he came and told me this. He said कि एक चीज मैं हमेशा याद रखूंगा life long. What these performance coaches taught me. That the difference between good players, good athletes, and great athletes. The difference between good athletes and great athletes is that great athletes do whatever they have to do, regardless of all the circumstances, regardless of any excuses. Good athletes find excuses, great athletes find a way.
Find a way.
That's
It's all the
the-
problem.
Make it happen. Yeah.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. That's what
सच
matters.
बात है.
As simple as that. And वो खुद ही बोला, he was like, I know my mentality wasn't where it needed to be. I need to get from being a good athlete to a great athlete. So if that doesn't show that the performance coach is working, I don't know what does.
कि एक बात याद रह गई. That's the deep impact that you could have after
Mad
a
respect.
good session.
Adamasi Esports.
It's something that just innately, and one thing they also said about Spin, that he is brilliant, he knows his work. He really knows his work.
Homework करके आया.
वो मौके.
The foundation.
होमवर्क वाला मौके.
The foundation should be strong where it's like a building. Right?
Yeah.
If your base
Every
is
pillar has to have the.
strong.
The thing is, he also said a lot of times, like, yeah, we've done this like this at Mad Lions, I've done this before in Europe.
So they've tried and tested things
He's
out.
worked through a lot. So experience.
ऐसे एक में नहीं कि कुछ भी experiment try कर रहा है.
So it's good. I was quite happy with the performance stuff in general.
Yeah, maybe if we get to work a little bit more long term on a sustainable way, yeah, we
होने वाले
can.
हैं.
we
किलों
can-
का मैसेज आया.
आया?
We need to follow up and have that chat. At least Google Meets पे कर लेंगे ये भी. But
ठीक है.
उधर मिल लेंगे.
in LA we'll meet them in person.
But if you are talking about mentality, right?
Yeah.
Even when I met players, all the players, different players from different teams, 100% there's a mentality difference between players in our region and
Sure.
players from SA, Korea, Japan.
I think
LA.
every region has a different mentality, and that is important to understand. Like the way players in Indonesia think are different from the way
100%.
players in Korea think or Japan think or NA think or Europe think. Indian mentality is still far away because India is so big. उनको लगता है कि यहाँ अगर उखाड़ लिया तो बहुत बड़ी तो.
और मौका ये लेवल पे पहले
They have
time
a
मिला है.
false ceiling. I wouldn't even call it a glass ceiling. It's a false ceiling.
पता ही नहीं कि कितना आगे competition है. You need to see that beyond to know. Okay, like.
Right, on this part, it's not like the players aren't
Kappa
mechanical.
is also in
This
chat.
is-
One sec. Kappa is also in chat saying, "Hello everyone, mental diff है ये तो सिंगापुर ट्रिप में ही बोला था."
ये सही है.
Absolutely
We
Yes,
right.
spoke
yeah.
about it
Kappa
literally
is-
yesterday as well.
Mechanically, we are not that far.
Not
behind,
very far,
but
yeah.
mentally,
That gap can be bridged a lot easier.
But
The mentality
वो
gap
होता
is
है
a
ना,
lot harder.
like how they say कि the battle is won way before you enter the actual
Yeah.
game. That's where this matters. कि you have to be
Mentally.
sure कि that battle is won in your mind before you can enter the game, enter that round and take those fights.
It's also जो एक बहुत बड़ा player difference है in our region is how we have grown up.
Yeah.
It's basically how we've grown up. It's how entitled we feel, right? All the players in our region feel entitled, and I think that's the problem. अगर तुम 16 साल की उम्र से 22 साल की उम्र में इतना entitled feel करोगे तुम कभी esports को अपना job की तरह नहीं ले पाओगे. and that's one thing which happens over here, which is way different when you say Koreans. Like the culture, Suki was telling me the other day कि उधर religiously सुबह उठ के जाते हैं, रात तक खेलते हैं, उसको जॉब की तरह ट्रीट करते हैं. I don't see anyone do it well.
Yeah.
By the way, जो लोग पूछ रहे हैं why we weren't at the SAQL Gaming Fest, ये हम ऑलरेडी आंसर कर चुके हैं, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली बिकॉज इवेंट फीचर नहीं है. जो लोग लाइव देख रहे हैं पॉडकास्ट में तो यू ऑलरेडी नो इट्स सुकी तो गॉट बैक लास्ट नाइट ओनली. हिज फ्लाइट लैंडेड आफ्टर द फेस्ट. I had an emergency due to which I couldn't go, and I really wanted to go, and unfortunately we couldn't be there, but all our love and wishes are with the SAQL family, and हम लोग ने सबसे बात की, and we really did. Even Willy और मैं साथ में flight book कर रहे थे, and even he got stuck and he couldn't go, so we all felt really bad, but we will be there for the Mumbai one.
But
भाई,
yeah,
भाई मैंने virtually पूरा देखा, but बहुत मजा आया bro.
Yeah.
Especially
Wow.
watching Thug getting out of that Pharaoh costume.
Yeah.
big
It's
shout out.
surprise.
Mad.
Kudos
Maza
and big
aa
shout out to SAQL, to Goldie Boy, to Mortal, to Thug to pull this off.
Insane.
The entire team, hats off to you guys. You all have been an inspiration. This is a benchmark for Indian esports for the gaming community.
I think the first of its kind.
First of its kind. We are a little disheartened and sad that we couldn't be there. It's unfortunate circumstances. Like we would love to be there.
One thing I would like to say at this point, and I know Goldie and Thug will both relate and understand this more than anyone else. I know we couldn't be there खुशी बांटने के लिए, but they also know when they have a problem या गम बांटना होता है, सबसे पहले हम ही पहुंचते हैं.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Even though we couldn't be there in person to celebrate their joy, they know that we have that love and respect for them, and we are rooting for them regardless. So we don't need to be there in person to prove it. But it's just we felt bad that we missed out.
Yeah.
उसका तो obviously बहुत ही epic है.
Virtually देख के बहुत FOMO आया सच्ची.
We could get a chance to meet some of you guys also over there. So
Damn entertaining.
But
It-
we will.
it was fun. It
We
was
will
fun.
all catch up. We will all meet up. अभी वापस आ गए. Hopefully before champs.
Yeah.
Otherwise
Time
वो भी
ही
ले
कम है.
चलते हैं champs साथ.
Actually पूछते हैं. चलेंगे.
या तो वैसे भी अभी काफी इवेंट्स है BGMI के.
Okay, now we're taking a few questions of chat. और क्या thought?
Last एक था, but ठीक है. I think Roster Mania we can.
Roster
keep a
Mania is
bit
happening.
more-
Look, realistically, most of it is going to happen after champs.
Correct.
Very realistically, because I'll tell you this also. This is our public knowledge. मैं कुछ leak नहीं कर रहा हूँ. 11 September को Riot का contract database will open up so that new signings can be added. Till then, anyway, we can't add any new player to the roster. 11 September को ही खुलेगा. Till then, we can't submit any ESA to Riot. So no player can be signed. Like internally हम sign कर सकते हैं, but Riot ESA to get them in the league cannot be done before 11 September. तो सारे players अभी champions तक रुकने वाले हैं. Everyone's going to see champions में क्या होगा. Remember, बाकी सब teams ठीक है, but the top 16 teams in the world are busy focusing on champions.
Yeah.
Everything gonna happen after champ.
बाकी लोग
उनके
ऐसे
तो match बाकी है ना.
माइक्रोस्कोप दूरबीन सब लेके
हाँ.
बैठे हैं.
No, LCQ वाले जो the teams that didn't make it तो ठीक है, वो figure out करेंगे.
Right.
But जो top 16 teams है वो तो अभी भी practice करे. उनका तो
उनका
season
चालू
चल
है
रहा है ना.
season, bro.
26 अगस्त को खत्म होगा उनका सीजन. तो उसके बाद then they have 2 weeks to figure out rosters. तो अभी टाइम है. रोस्टर के लिए अभी टाइम.
और कड़क पैसिफिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन है ब्रो इस बार. आई थिंक चांस है
TRX is in great form. अभी तो something भी है.
ब्रो उसका वीजा हो गया थैंकफुली.
उसका तो यूएस वीजा होना है. वो तो पहले हो गया. वो तो हमारे बच्चों का भी यूएस वीजा पहले ही करवा दिया था. चांस है लेना.
So yeah, Roster Mania के लिए ज़्यादा नहीं है. Maybe in the next episode we'll get to talk a little bit more about it because
sure.
although publicly नहीं चालू हुआ है, थोड़े spiders, hawks सब निकलना चालू हो गया है.
Riot से मैसेज आया. Have there been any poaching attempts? We're like नहीं. This is league. If there is anything, we will let you know. They're like we're just checking with all the teams because we heard teams have started approaching players.
They take coaching.
They take
Very
coaching very
seriously.
seriously. Because I don't think like we were trying to actually we had a discussion. We were trying to think we were like ऐसा कौन है लीग में जो करेगा पोच. We couldn't come up with one name because we have sat at the table with all these owners, all these people. Literally जिन लोगों के नाम है in the contact database, we know them on a first name basis.
आई
WhatsApp
डोंट
पे
थिंक
बात
ये
चलती
लेवल
है.
पे होगा भी ब्रो. नहीं
नहीं
कोई
होगा.
होने ही नहीं
कोई
देगा.
try भी नहीं
अभी
करेगा.
होना से लग रही
Like
है.
we are now all part of the league, as Leo said, permanent slot.
Permanent
Guest
slot.
slot का देखो किसी ने अभी पूछा bleed का. One question is bleed esports सिर्फ next year के लिए है क्या Pacific में या permanent है? All the teams that have won through Ascension are on a call it as Leo said, guest slot, temporary slot, whatever slot, 2 साल का slot है.
Probation.
The same due diligence that all the 30 teams that like us went through all of last year, all of 2022 from Feb to August will happen to these teams for 2 years. But the advantage is when we were going through the probation, we got nothing. While they are going through the probation, they get to play in the league, they get a share of the skins revenue, they get a share of everything. All the incentives, deliverables, and monetization opportunities that all the league teams get, they get. They deserve to be there. That's why. But at the same time, due diligence so company में होता है team पे नहीं. The roster has proven they are competitive enough.
Now the
company has to prove that they are good enough.
The back end की जो team है.
So that's why I said, जब लोग यहाँ भी बोलते हैं ना कि God Squad की वजह से जीते इसीलिए slot मिला. God Squad जीती इसीलिए हमें attention मिली. The company is what has to pass the due diligence to get into the Riot League. That is the important aspect of the franchise league. Because they are signing this term deal with the organization, not with the players. The players have a tri-party agreement with the league and the organization. But players हर season cycle होते हैं. आज जो players है शायद 5 season बाद 10 season बाद नहीं हो. You are seeing it with the Overwatch League now. It's a very different situation now because Overwatch League had a very different circumstance. But with the way they have structured the Valorant League for the next 10 years, they want to ensure that the league survives 10 years.
And let's be honest, guys.
For the league to survive, we have to survive.
It's a business. At the end of it, अगर आप सब कुछ छोड़ दो, it's a business. People who are running the business, running the brand matter because that direction that these guys are planning, whether it's us, whether it's any other team, will not just take Valorant ahead, but will take our company also ahead. And the growth of our company is the growth of Valorant, is the growth of Riot Games, and the growth of the ecosystem. So वो चीजों पे लोगों को ध्यान देना चाहिए कि not कि अरे ये team और ये player के वजह से पहुंचे हैं stage पे.
Yeah, and someone in chat is saying as well, like Optic didn't get a slot, but all their players are now in the league, and NRG is doing really well. So
Yeah.
it's the players. See, remember, good players will always find a spot.
That's one
Exactly.
thing. Which
Good.
is very
If
good.
you are let me tell you this as an esports athlete, free का ज्ञान बांट लो. Free का ज्ञान. Usually charge करते हैं.
Podcast
But
paid होने वाला जल्दी.
If you are an esports athlete, focus on your mentality, focus on your gameplay, focus on what you can do to be the best player. Everything you're doing, ask yourself at the end of every day, if I was the number 1 player in Valorant in the world, would this be how my day looks like? If not,
Change it.
I'll add a word.
Yes, please.
Best
किसका vibrate होगा?
team player, I would say.
So the thing is, being a team player is an important aspect, whether it is cricket or it is football or it is basketball or it is baseball. If you're playing for yourself and not for your team, you will lose. There is no other option. It's a team
A lot
game.
of people don't understand that you have to be a team player even outside the game.
Obviously. That's
Which
a
is
mentality.
very
Even outside
important.
the game, it's very important.
हम लोग ने कितनी गाली दी थी इसको in the first year when he joined G, जो हम लोग खेलते थे because हम लोग 20 साल से एक गेम में खेलते आ रहे साथ में. We were literally like twin-headed dragon. मैं कुछ सोचता था ये वो करता था. And
Trust me when I tell you this.
ये
bro,
आके बहुत गाली.
Solo player life, bro. For the first
ये बोलता था bro, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, start like rely on your team. Know that you can trust each other
Yeah.
blindly, so that you can go ahead. And he spent the last few years learning that and getting there. And it's not something that comes naturally to someone. You have to work towards it
It does
actively.
not.
Passive skill नहीं है, active skill है.
And if you thought it's hard to do in the game,
It's way harder.
in real life, it's a different battle.
You need to learn to put yourself, like someone else before you.
Yeah.
एक बार आप वो किसी और के बारे में सोचना चालू करोगे ना, then you will start developing that mentality कि हाँ मेरे beyond भी एक जिंदगी है, मेरे beyond
It's
भी
very
लोग हैं
simple, you need
who have
to
the
surrender
same
control.
interests, same desires, same dreams,
Yeah.
and then you can think as a unit.
I'm going to take a few
ठीक है.
questions from
वैसे
chat.
मैं champions का था, I had prepared one
Oh,
this.
yeah.
अरे,
I got a
ये नई वाली topic.
no, not new one, पुरानी है, but मेरे को captain ने gift की.
But एक सेकंड, ये कौन से इवेंट की है?
Last champions की, ये देखो.
इस्तांबुल?
अरे.
No, इस्तांबुल वाले क्या?
VCT
VCT 22.
में लिया तो था हमने.
हम लोग का नहीं है.
ये नहीं है.
I took it from
हाँ, ये इस्तांबुल नहीं है bro.
फिर किसका
ये
है?
मास्टर्स का होगा.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this is not Istanbul bro.
This
100%
is
इस्तांबुल का
Istanbul.
black and gold था थीम bro.
We have those
We have the
standard
black
ones.
and
So I
gold
think
one.
this is the one before. This
Yeah,
one.
not
Maybe
that
it's a
one. I
master.
have not seen this
Okay,
one.
anyway, I got it as a souvenir.
Nice.
So I thought कि जब चैंपियंस की बात चल रही है एक नया टोपी आया है
Nice.
कैप्टन ने मेरे लिए छोड़ा था at the backup कोरिया वाला बूट कैंप
ओ जॉर्डन वैसे बहुत
चीजें छोड़ के गए
बहुत टशन में हाँ he was like ये सब बैग में नहीं फिट है मैं छोड़ के जा रहा हूँ वैसे भी कुछ महीनों में वापस आ रहा हूँ लाइक इसमें क्या क्या फोन चार्जर कपड़े
आधे चीजें गैरी ने ले लिया ऑलरेडी
सब छोड़ के गया वो
Nice.
मैंने उसको बोला भाई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिन्यू बाकी है
So anyway, speaking of this, I'm waiting
because
to see
he's the only
more
one
merch
जिसका
by the
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट
way.
रिन्यूअल जिसका
अभी
एक्सपायर
करना
हो गया
पड़ेगा।
11 सितंबर को
ठीक है।
2023 this is
वो
all
ज्यादा
public info.
ज्यादा रिवील नहीं कर सकते
But it's all public
नहीं,
info.
public
yeah,
info है,
that's
ठीक है, जाके
okay.
देख लो
But
अभी।
roster मीडिया में बात करेंगे. I'm excited to see more merch that will be coming for champions by the way.
BGMI, by the way, is on a health streak. He has lost 10 kgs in the last 20 days. Congratulations.
9, but yeah.
Congratulations brother. ये ले दूर से ले ले.
Oh hello. अभी मिलीग्राम भी बोल कितने के हर मैं नहीं तो मैं शुरू हो जाऊंगा कितने ना वेट
तो ये माइलस्टोन रख सकते हैं देखो
नहीं वो सब
मैं कांग्रेचुलेट कर रहा था
वो सब
उनके
behind the
वास्ते
scenes.
हाँ।
ये माइलस्टोन रख लो एक. पूछो ऑडियंस का साथ रहेगा. ऑडियंस
अच्छा ऑडियंस आप लोग ही बोलो माइलस्टोन क्या रखे
एक माइलस्टोन दे दो ये वाला एपिसोड के लिए. हम लोग को स्क्रिप्ट पीछे
ये हमारा वाला पार्ट आ गया
इंडिया वर्ल्ड कप 2019 अनाउंसमेंट ऑफ द ओवरवॉच टीम जिधर प्लेयर्स थे हमारे.
मैं नहीं था
Go check it out.
वो वाला वीडियो
तू स्टेज पे खेला वीडियो में.
हाँ,
एडिटर
वीडियो
ने
में
काटा ब्रो. एडिटर ने देखो काटा. आओ
You're there, bro. in video.
वीडियो में कहाँ हूँ
एक से नहीं
अबे साले कमी ने वो मत
वो अलग वीडियो है जो
Let's
नहीं
move
है।
on. Move on.
है वो वाले वीडियो में है.
वीडियो में गैरी था ये नहीं था
है.
Love
अकेला
to
ये
Dynamo.
गैरी नहीं।
Love to Dynamo. Love to Dynamo.
टेकिंग 5 वेरी एक्सक्लूसिव क्वेश्चंस. प्लीज अच्छे शॉर्ट में बताओ अपना क्वेश्चन.
Okay. Tell us how content IPs are sold off. Like Playgrounds का production is by GE Studios. So वैसे आगे जाके कोई खुद का independent IP बनाओगे क्या?
Very glad you asked. In fact, Global Esports is
ये
right
तूने
now.
plant किया alt account से?
नहीं. You see, I'm right.
तूने plant किया alt account
I'm glad you asked because
नहीं नाम भी हर्षद मेहता है तो स्कैम ठीक है आंसर कर ले
देख।
ये प्लांटेड क्वेश्चन भी आंसर कर ले
Global Esports has been a pioneer in developing IPs, whether वो खुद के हो या
करके।
बाहर गाँव के. Okay.
Preparation
ये
like
White
proper
ball.
preparation.
100%
By the
प्लांटेड
way, impromptu,
ये-
spontaneous.
अच्छा,
चार
ये
बार
एक
picture
second,
मेरा काम
एक
ही है.
second.
का ही है।
इसका impromptu spontaneous after 150 takes in front of the mirror बोल
But anyway, like,
रुक ना, कर।
see, at GE, we believe in developing IPs, whether it's for a brand, for white label, or for in-house. It's very challenging to sell an IP in the gaming ecosystem because बहुत लोग ने ये किया नहीं है. That's why we actually have been working with publishers like Krafton, Riot Games, and many other brands which we can't reveal, and developing very interesting IPs, which probably y'all will get to see very soon. Playground हमने किया था because उनके पास एक one line था कि Big Boss जैसा कुछ gamers के लिए बनाना है. They had the expertise from a reality front, we had the expertise from a gaming front. So Global Esports not just does the back-end work, but also are consultants, where we help brands and these publishers and every other person with some money, if they want to enter this field, we can guide you.
Basically पैसा पे तमाशा दे
Yeah, because ये industry भी entertainment and entertainment पे ही चलती है. So अगर आप लोग को IP बनाने में interest है, या आपको एक IP sponsor करने में interest है, then you know to call.
IP man JD continue
What we're trying to do is we're
थोड़ा
trying
सा
to innovate. हम खाली innovate करेंगे. A lot of people ये space के बारे में नहीं जानते. We firstly what we do is हम उनको educate करते हैं जाके कि ये space exactly क्या है and how this is the new age entertainment to reach the masses. आज की डेट में जैसे पहले क्या होता था जब स्कूल जाते थे ट्यूशन जाते थे घर आते थे टीवी के सामने बैठ जाते थे प्रॉब्लम मम्मी पापा के साथ ऐड देखते थे राइट और टीवी देखते थे सीरीज देखते थे आज probably your dad's also playing on the PS5 you go you switch on a laptop PC mobile and you play you game right so it's a new medium
And
to
YouTube.
reach. Yeah obviously and consume content on YouTube because if you're playing you're consuming content on YouTube सारे majority use Android phones में pre-installed आता है तो
Want to know a fun fact इसी बात पे about Valorant that we found out after going to Seoul? that there are more people watching Valorant in Japan than playing.
Damn.
Like majority of the crowd that's watching Valorant has become a viewer sport in Japan to the point where a lot of the people that are in the audience don't even play the game. They just come and watch. They enjoy watching it.
Yeah, because it's those characters. If you
It's
are
like,
an
think
anime
about
fan,
it, cricket. You may watch the match. How many of the billion people that watch cricket actually go and play?
Very few.
Small fraction of them. हाँ weekends पे Sunday को जाते होंगे friends के साथ.
अच्छा एक क्वेश्चन मैं पूछ सकता हूँ IP related to the audience who's
I thought Harshad तू ही था.
नहीं
Me क्या second
अच्छा
question तो-
एक
what we are
अभी officially
what we are developing.
Sure.
So
अभी plan
which
कर रहे
can
हैं.
make it to the podcast and to the live stream as well. If you had to watch a fictional a piece of gaming esports, what would you prefer? A feature film or a web series?
फीचर फिल्म और वेब सीरीज चैट में डाल दो. अगर पॉडकास्ट देख रहे हो तो कमेंट्स में डाल दो. लाइव देख रहे हो तो चैट में डाल दो.
बस यही था. बाकी y'all can
क्वेश्चन था ना ऑडियंस.
y'all can take over the stage. ऑडियंस से पूछो because है तो हम ऑडियंस से पूछ रहे हैं.
मावी के बारे में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं. मावी इज करंटली अनवेल. ही इज एट होम. उसको बुखार हुआ है. ही इज नॉट फीलिंग वेल, सो ही इज रेस्टिंग इट आउट, व्हिच इज व्हाई ही कुडंट बी एट SATUL गेमिंग फेस्टिवल एज वेल, व्हिच इज व्हाई ही इज नॉट विद द टीम राइट नाउ एट द बूट कैंप इन दिल्ली. By the way, also another huge shout out to the team at Seven Esports. They have been gracious enough and we are using their bootcamp in Delhi. हमारा bootcamp ready नहीं हो पाया time पे, so they let us use their bootcamp which was already ready. And अभी now the team will be moving to the hotel for BGMS. But until then we were using Seven's bootcamp. We might continue at their bootcamp for a little longer if we have the opportunity to. And then we'll have them come back here. उसके बाद तो शायद नई बूट कैंप का चांस मिलेगा बॉम्बे में, बिकॉज़ उसके इमीडिएटली बाद एक और प्लान भी है दूसरे शहर में, व्हिच रिवील नहीं हुआ तो बोल नहीं
आई
सकते.
थिंक 3-4 महीने तक
बहुत ट्रैवल होगी टीम फॉर लैंड टूर्नामेंट्स.
प्रिपेयर कर रहे, बैकएंड पे काम चालू है. अपडेट्स मिलेंगे.
वेब सीरीज चैट में जितने, सो मोस्ट ऑफ द वेब सीरीज बीच में 2-3 है डॉक्यूमेंट्री.
Okay, then web series it is. Okay, thank you.
What about the 1K jerseys that you promised? Our merch drop we are working on. You will have updates about this as soon as Champions is done. Esports winter is a reality.
Yeah.
It is.
We are seeing it with cuts. We are seeing it with everything that's happened with FaZe Clan, 100 Thieves, Sentinels being valued at $30 million, crowdsourcing 4% of their equity for $1.2 million, which, as we discussed, will not even cover 10 Shroud and Tariq.
Yeah.
So it's a harsh reality. They are doing it still, giving away 4% equity of their company, so they have enough cash flow immediately, so they can run their company for the next few months.
That's why everyone's realizing now to build like a proper business in esports, it's not just the team aspect. You need to be thinking about businesses around that ecosystem and activating it.
Esports
in a
teams
way.
need to learn to make money. Right now, esports teams
It's
don't
just
spend
about
money.
udao
Don't know how
khali.
to make money.
In this winter, right, I think the companies need to survive more than they need to
Thrive. Yeah.
They need to survive because
Yeah.
this will pass at some point. and
Yeah.
Off season to hoga hi, but our focus will be on getting them settled in to start practicing.
Because next year is very important for us.
Next year is a
Off-season.
big make or break year for us.
Has to
Off
happen,
season,
bro.
lots of off season events happening in India. We might put together a different roster to play all the off season events in India, while our VCT team
Because
continues
season
practicing
0
and
इतना बोला है. अब season 1 अगर हम लोग ले रहे हैं अपना next year, then we have to give it our all, do everything that we didn't do this year, go above and beyond, and not just on the competitive front, every other front.
Yeah, 100%.
So make sure we are there, we make our presence felt, and hopefully make it to the end.
We will have to. I mean, very honestly, the way that the esports ecosystem is going, one of the big problems is that we need to start at the ground level. We need to start from scratch. We need to start at zero.
Yeah.
Because although global esports has reached VCT,
The
Indian
rest of
esports
the region is
overall
still
hasn't
struggling.
leveled up and gotten
It's
there.
just the beginning.
The
I would
tier
say.
2 scene, a lot of people are saying is dead.
Yeah.
We need to work hard and find a way to revive it. We need to set up our global esports academy. We need to get working with our affiliate teams. We need to do so much more to ensure that tier 2, tier 3, everyone has a path to pro. Rossi and Golu were there in our team from God Squad. We had worked on them 2-3 years. It made sense to have them with us. How does the next guy who's sitting and playing Premier today at home
You can't
get a
instantly
chance to
know,
play in
bro.
global esports
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 years down the line?
You have to create
We
that
need
path.
to have that journey, we need to have that path. Otherwise, they can't just rely on us discovering them.
Yeah.
We need to make a better process than that. Riot also realizes it, which is what we spent a lot of time discussing in Korea with them. कि ये हमारा part 2 pro है, ये हम बनाना चाहते हैं, ये हम करना चाहते हैं, तब जाके आगे बढ़ेगी बात. We're not going to be able to set up a base and just say कि अरे there aren't good enough players in India or recruiting in India is hard. You have to make it happen.
Problems हम लोग
Yeah,
identify कर
exactly.
सकते
You're
हैं.
just
No
going
one
back
can
to the
come up with
problem.
a solution, build up a proper foundation, build up a structure, and actually do the work to tackle and battle that problem. Solution देना भी easy है, but उसको implement करना बहुत मुश्किल है.
And there are 3 questions that
Three
were
questions,
placed.
last.
I wanted to get.
Last.
Thakkar, this is not a question, it's an idea. One line mein idea to get more players and talent through universities like Esports Academy with a bit of a twist. Successfully executed at my college. Want to expand.
That's a really good.
Would love to hear more about this.
That's a really good. One.
Collegiate esports is kind of a hit or a miss. Because collegiate sports in general, India में वो culture है नहीं.
Yeah.
US में वो culture है. Like US में a college football game gets 5 million views. यहाँ कौन सी college की basketball match या football match को 500 views भी आते हैं. Like जो college students हैं वही देखते हैं. Max to max बाकी के college means अगर Saint Xavier's है one of those Malar.
पहले
one of those
main
big
scene
festivals
बढ़ेगा
happen.
तब collegiate scene I think will get impacted.
Yeah. I think we still need to focus on tier 1, 2, 3. Collegiate scene is important, but I don't think that's where you should start.
Yeah.
I think we still need to fill a lot more basics in before collegiate esports comes in. But you're on the right track, and I know if you've done it in your college, I would love to hear more about
No,
it.
we are working on certain things, and we would love to, kind of talk more about that academy part and the plans that we have going into next year, and the kind of a system that we are planning to build for scouting, for training.
Correct.
But maybe in the next episode, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel.
One of the other questions is, are you looking to raise funds in the future if any needed? Yes, we are looking to raise our either pre-series A or series A. We have been putting together a restructure for the company and focus towards what we want to do and how we wanted to wait till our first season or season 0 got over, so we'd have a much better tracking of what our cash flows look like, what our financials look like, where we can run the company. We wanted to get our Korea company registered, do the share allocation. There's a lot that we had to get sorted before we could look at a fundraise, setting up our parent, subsidiary. A lot of the back end work still had to be done. Now that has been completed. Over the next few weeks, we will be putting together our pitch deck, and then we will probably, after Champions, be out to market. So in LA, we will also be talking to investors and be talking to people and probably looking to open our round of funds.
Also, just to add, because of this a little kind of a downtime that we have, we've got the opportunity कि एक zoom out लिया हम लोग ने, and we've got a chance to see the bigger picture and what the next few years of global esports looks like. किधर हम लोग को फंडिंग चाहिए, क्या हम लोग सस्टेन कर सकते हैं, किधर हम लोग को ग्रो करना है, किधर all of us need to be putting more effort. And I think that was also important learning this entire year because ये structure और ये perspective था नहीं.
So one thing, for example, one of the very important things that we learned while discussing with the team at Riot, for the first time in our lives, we have a plan for the next 18 months. Like we have broader scope plans for 5 years, 10 years. But we have clear plans which we know in which month how much money is going to come in, where it is going to come in, what our expenses are fixed and variable all the way up until December 2024.
How we can allocate.
We know our incoming, we know our outgoing, we can now properly utilize it.
I think one thing for the audience, for everyone, you guys have been supporting us. Global Esports has been now almost 8 years into existence. हम लोग 2017 में हमारी जर्नी शुरू की एक गराज से. It was amazing for us to know कि एक सीजन लग गया हम लोग को मुश्किल से to register a company in Korea. But जो अच्छी बात थी, what we learned was we were one of the first Indian. We were the first Indian gaming company to be registered in the gaming or esports category in Korea.
From India.
From India.
Yeah.
So
The
we're
first
Indian company.
first Indian company, the first Indian esports org or gaming org that has registered in Korea as a subsidiary. There have been many times where Korean companies have registered in India as a subsidiary.
But not the other way.
Never has it been the other way where Indian company has registered in Korea as a subsidiary. So the banks, the government, they had no idea what paperwork is required, क्या है ये category, RBI के listing में कौन सा purpose code आएगा, कुछ idea
इसके लिए 8 महीने लग गए, बहुत सारा paperwork as you
Right.
mentioned before.
मत शुरू
हर
करो।
language में
उसके लिए 3 episode लगेंगे podcast के just to explain that process. So let's not go.
But it's happened and it's a kudos to you guys, keep supporting us because ये जीत
incorporation papers मिल गए.
global esports के लिए नहीं but Indian esports के लिए.
Because now the next time any one of y'all or anyone else wants to register in Korea, you just have to say, hey, जो category में global esports register हुआ था ना, वही category में.
Because हमने
तुम्हारा काम हो
It's a
जाएगा.
great
रास्ता
learning.
जो हमें
तय
8
कर
महीने
दिया.
लगे, शायद तुम्हें 8 हफ्ते लगे, शायद.
And we're hoping this also helps us make things easier आगे जाने के लिए, work wise, the visa wise, every small process wise. So yeah.
Because right now we had to keep doing
Big
single entry visas.
shout out to everyone here behind the scenes and entire global esports team.
Woo! Woo! Congratulations to
Okay,
you.
बाकी
We are
सब
finally
क्या?
incorporated in Korea.
It's first mover advantage.
Thank you.
But no one talks about this one. Yay! आवाज आई, आवाज आई.
VCT जीत गए. So this is the story of Suki, Rossi, the bartender and the bar, but Rossi wasn't there.
And the G jersey because that's the hero of this story, not anyone else.
Go.
So short में बताऊंगा ये story
I
चालू
thought
हुई.
hero was Rossi,
नहीं.
but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
अरे भाई बोलने दे नहीं.
Hero is the GE jersey.
हाँ, ठीक है,
Okay?
बोलो.
Because अगर वो नहीं होता तो ये story नहीं होती.
ठीक है.
तो ये story चालू हुई dinner पे. ठीक है? हम लोग Monday night को थक के काम से जा रहे थे
थक के
dinner.
काम.
I heard
भाई I knew it.
थक के, tired.
Tired, थक के बहुत काम करके घर जा रहे थे, dinner खाया.
हाँ.
एक फोन आया कि पार्टी है लोकल
पार्टी हो रही बहुत भयंकर.
बहुत भयंकर.
Let's just leave it at
कोरियन
that.
फ्रेंड्स के साथ
मैं
Monday शाम को.
Monday
मैं
रात
detail
को
में नहीं
kind
जाऊंगा.
of,
मैं इससे बोला. If he was starting at the dinner, I would have gone. I thought you
No,
directly
so
बार पे शुरू
I'm
करता.
gonna why the dinner is important is because मैं G jersey में था. I had gone to work in
अच्छा,
G.
justify करने के लिए.
That's why.
हाँ.
That
ये
gone-
G jersey में था.
मैं G jersey में था and usually some people in the organization don't like us partying in G jersey. Especially
बात तो सही है.
Some people.
Some people.
I wonder who.
I won't tell you who.
बात तो सही है.
तो मैं G jersey में निकल पड़ा because मैं घर जा नहीं सकता था. I was called directly for the party. They're like scene ready है सब कुछ
मजबूरी में था
है.
बेचारा.
आ जाओ. I'm like change करने का भी टाइम नहीं है. मैंने अपना बैग दे दिया साल को. साल ने बोला जा गैरी
जी ले अपनी
मैं
जिंदगी
शादीशुदा है. तेरी जिंदगी थोड़ी बची है जी ले. I was like ठीक है चलो. रास्ते पे घूमे थोड़े बहुत बाहर गए.
वो सब डिटेल्स जरूरी है.
एक दो जन ने रिकॉग्नाइज किया. एक पुराना प्लेयर भी मिला बाय द वे फोर्टनाइट का हमारा बट
वो different story. अभी
इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं था वो स्टोरी till we reached little bit late after midnight at this one bar and bartender से एक ड्रिंक लिया, दो ड्रिंक लिया, तीसरा ड्रिंक लिया. थोड़ा उसने देखा, थोड़ा उसने पहचाना, कुछ ऐसे देखा होगा. I don't know. I was also like okay.
But ये jersey नहीं थी, पुरानी jersey.
It was the classic jersey, ठीक है?
Yeah,
Then when I went to take the fourth drink, he stopped this while he was giving the glass. And he was
Because
like,
of fourth drink में doubt भी किया था इसको देना.
नहीं बाकी सब मेरे को लगता है मैं राइट हैंड से लेता, मैंने वाला लेफ्ट हैंड से लिया. तो he saw I think G का ये वाला लोगो. And he's like global esports. I was like yeah, and he's a proper local Korean bartender. Okay, like and उधर actually जैसे बोला था भयंकर पार्टी चल रही है, बहुत जन थे. We were also with a big party. ये सब
हाँ, वो सब डिटेल्स जरूरी है.
बैकग्राउंड में थे, but मैं उधर फोकस था. मैं बोला यार global esports. He's like what ऐसा शॉक हो गया. He's like oh my god VCT Valorant I'm big fan. बाहर आया सीधा बात किया. He's like you have no idea how big a fan I am of global esports and especially I'm a big fan of SK Rossi. And I was like bro हम लोग एक
कोरियन bartender.
मेरे को
रात के 1 बजे.
बाहर में तो जाता है ना, तेरे को ऐसे फर्स्ट फ्लोर किधर कोने कोपचे में चढ़ के जाना पड़ता है. अंदर एक क्लब टाइप ऐसे प्रॉपर सीन है. बाहर का नाम भी मेरे को नहीं पता. हैपनिंग पार्टी और बंदा बोल रहा है ग्लोबल esports and SK Rossi. I was like what? And usually I don't get overwhelmed or shocked, but I was super shocked. Okay, and he's like you know what, like I love you guys, I love everything you guys are doing. And he took out his phone. He's like see this op shots in like bind in like Ascent playing like Rossi playing Jet.
Wow.
Using the same operating
Let's see, I'm also learning to be like Rossi.
Wow.
like I want to be Rossi, I want to meet him, I want to support you guys. G fighting.
Wow.
गया पीछे बड़ी बॉटल लाया.
बोतल लाया.
He like this is
On
for
the
you
house.
guys on the house. मैं बोला sorry I really don't take gifts. That's not our thing. So I'm like तू देखो जो चार्ज करना है चार्ज कर. He charged barely anything for it, but पूरी बॉटल दे दी. फोटो खींचा Bola global esports Rossi, like I can't imagine, like you know, we got a chance to
खत्म
meet
की
you guys.
bottle.
वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है ये स्टोरी
The story is about the jersey, Rossi, and global esports. Actually,
खत्म की bottle पे कट हो गया.
खत्म हुआ, ठीक है चलो.